White Sox baseball on Chicago Sports Network is presented by Toyota. Visit your local Chicagoland Toyota dealer or Toyota.com today. Let's go places. By Davis Law Firm, your Chicago lawyer. By Prevagen, made for your brain. And by Wintrust. Different approach, better results. That's Wintrust. Visit wintrust.com/here to learn more. We are really excited for this juicy matchup on the mound tonight. This could be the best starting pitching matchup we've seen all season long. Jose Soriano, who leads Major League Baseball with an ERA under 1. And Davis Martin, his ERA is 6th best in Major League Baseball. Two aces going at it. It's going to be something tonight. What's up, everybody? Welcome inside the booth alongside my guy, Steve Stone. I'm John Schriffen. You got Jose Soriano comes in here. He is streaking right now. Has not given up a run in over 24 straight innings. And Davis Martin, he has 4 consecutive quality starts in a row. We're seeing the best at the level right now from both these guys.
Well, there's nothing like a good old pitcher's duel, and we should get that tonight. But baseball being baseball, you never really know. However, Soriano has been brilliant. ERA first, opponent's slug first, opponent's batting average tied for second. The whip, he's 5th, but it's .82. And with a 58.3 ground ball rate, that's 4th in the major leagues. He throws what's called a heavy sinker. Davis Martin on our side of the equation. Last 4 starts, 20 strikeouts and 26 in the third. The opponent's batting average is .217. The ERA outstanding at 137, and the whip .95. So he's doing just about everything right. It'll be real interesting to see who comes out of the gate with the best stuff. We're hoping it's Davis Martin.
After a home run last night, Munetaka Murakami leads Major League Baseball. He has become must-see TV. What will he do tonight? Well, first pitch is coming up next. Bring him out, bring him out. Davis Martin, the ace of the White Sox staff, brings him onto the field as we get set for Game 2 of this series against the Los Angeles Angels. White Sox won a thriller last night. It was a long one after a 3-hour rain delay. And the Angels know something about playing some long games, including Sunday night's an hour-and-a-half rain delay, and the last night's rain delay here in Chicago, over 11 hours. From start time to finish time, the Los Angeles Angels, they have got to be tired.
Well, the key the last 2 games is get into their bullpen, because they had big leagues in both, only to lose both leads.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Angels. Zach Neto, the shortstop, leads things off. Future Hall of Famer Mike Trout. A familiar face, Yohan Moncada, gets the start at third. There's a ton of power and speed, a difficult lineup to navigate.
Davis Martin going to the mound, and he's been brilliant lately. It's been a good year for him overall. This is his 6th start, the ERA just over 2. As you can see, good strikeout to walk rate. Opponent's OPS at .634, and this is how he's going to use his stuff. The four-seamer, 25% of the time backed up by a good change. Then the cutter, 17%. The sinker, the slider, the curveball, all around 14%. And the defense, it's Andrew, Tristan, and Everson in the outfield left to right with Miguel, Luis on Hill, Sam, and Munetaka at first base. Drew Romo's got the plate. We told you about Davis Martin, and we're ready to go.
Martin on the mound, fires. And strike 1 to start this ball game.
Our weather's presented by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. It's 62 degrees. It feels like approximately 61. Humidity 55%.
Lined into center field, so Zach Neto not wasting any time. A single to start this ball game.
Nick Lentz has got the plate, calls strikes, 9% below major league average, up to right-hand hitters. And that's not great news, because Mike Trout has to be thrown up. You keep him down and he will kill you.
Let's see how Davis Martin wants to attack Trout here tonight. A breaking ball starts this at bat. Mike Trout has a 17-game on-base streak going into tonight. Over the course of that streak, hitting .279 with 7 home runs and 17 runs batted in. Runner goes. It is swung on and fouled away. It is time for our lines to watch, presented by Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be. We check out the odds for the strikeout totals of both starting pitchers tonight. Steve, what do you like?
Well, I think they're both going to go deep in the game, and so I'll take the over on both. Soriano, known as a sinker baller, has suddenly started throwing a lot of four-seamers, so he's getting a riding fastball to go with that heavy sink, and he still throws a lot of ground balls. Good spot for that fastball. He fouled it off. He doesn't like it up there. He would prefer it probably from the waist down. The only pitches he should see there from Davis Martin may be that good cutter slider combo away in a situation at 1-2.
29 years old, 4th season in Major League Baseball for Davis Martin. This is the best version we have ever seen of him here in a White Sox uniform.
Got a lot of confidence last year with the newly invented kick change.
Held on by Romo. Strike 3.
This is the only time you can go down, is throwing that breaking ball down and out of the zone. So you can see the grip, you see the spin. That's a slider of sorts, and he struck out a very dangerous Mike Trout. So pitch tracking this year, the sinker doesn't get hit too hard, but 278. The slider doesn't get hit at all, and the curveball, nobody hits that.
The crowd here in attendance greeting Yoan Moncada to the plate. Batting average under 200 to start this season. As that one does find the corner, strike 1.
He hurt his thumb last year, and because of that, he's not hitting from the right side at all. It causes him a lot of pain. So as long as Davis Martin's in the game, we'll see Moncada. If the Sox go to a left-hander, we will see a replacement for Moncada.
Runner goes, and the pitch is fouled away. Take a look at Davis Martin's last start Thursday in Arizona.
He went into the 7th inning, 6 hits, 1 run, 7 Ks, and a walk. His stuff was electric. And he completely handled the Diamondbacks, and the Diamondbacks are a good, solid team. He used 97 pitches to get out of that one.
Second season with the Angels now for Moncada, who is now 30 years old after spending 8 years with the White Sox. And you talk about the hand injury this year. That has been the issue with Moncada over the course of his career. One injury or another slowing him down.
Yeah, it really takes him out of the lineup, and you can't get any consistency if you can't hit every day.
Strike 3 called.
That's one thing we did see here. Moncada will look at a lot of third strikes, and this one well caught by Romo. This was a good job. Watch Romo's glove. He just eases it down. You don't want to yank it, you just ease it. And he got the call from Nick Lentz.
Snap throw to first as Neto is back at the bag.
He's tried a couple of times to run. Now, he's not the best base stealer around. He has swiped 4 bags, but he's been caught 3 times.
Takes off, and Davis Martin just lost his footing, threw that one away. Very awkward.
I think Davis saw him out of the corner of his eye, but what he did was, watch this. Watch Neto. You can't allow a base runner to have a running lead. If he's moving towards second, that's advantage of the base runner. You have to get him stationary, then come to the plate.
So Nick Lentz is going to go on out to the mound and check on Davis Martin, because clearly his footing gave out from underneath him there.
I don't think it was all necessarily the mound. I do believe that he saw Neto out of the corner of his eye, realized he was running, and then everything got askew. Let's watch it again. Looked like a lawn dart on that lead foot.
Davis Martin back on track. Strike 1 here to Jorge Soler.
Soler is immensely powerful, and if he gets them, they go out anywhere.
White Sox baseball on Chicago Sports Network is brought to you by Wintrust. Different approach, better results. Soler with a home run last night. 2 outs here, just underway here at the rate. What we're seeing from Davis Martin after that first start in Miami, he has been attacking hitters. And you look at his walk rate. It was 10.5 back in 2024. It has dropped to under 6% this year. That has been one of the keys to his success. Blew it by him. Davis Martin with 3 strikeouts here in the first. Starting lineup for the White Sox, Andrew Benintendi at the top. Munetaka Murakami leading Major League Baseball with 12 home runs. Colson Montgomery, just the second time he is DHing in his career. Pereira, Antonacci, Peters, Romo, and Acuna is at short.
Jose Soriano to the mound, and he's been as close to unhittable as you could be. This is his 7th start. .24 ERA. A lot of strikeouts, very few walks. Hard hit percentage under 30%. He's been dominant, and he's throwing the ball harder right now than he probably has in his entire career. He's got a high 90s fastball when he goes to the 4-seamer. Other than that, he sinks a lot of his 2-seamers. We'll take a look at how he's going to do it. That knuckle curve at 28%. Same thing with the sinker. His 4-seamer at 24%. He's leaning a lot more heavily on that. The splitter 15% and the slider just 5%.
What's amazing is that he's doing this with a guy who had a career ERA coming into the season under 4. But now he's setting history. Lowest ERA in his first 6 starts of a season since ERA became an official stat.
Mike Maddox is a really good pitching coach, and I think he's talking to his guys about using the 4-seamer more.
There's the breaking ball as Benintendi goes down swinging. First out here in the bottom of the first.
You want to put the ball in play early, because when Soriano gets you to 2 strikes, his wipeout rate is over 50%. So there's a breaking ball on the outside corner. 1 up, 1 strikeout. There's a look at Mike Maddox, who's been outstanding for a long time. And like most pitching coaches, he figures out what you do well and emphasizes that along with a whole lot of other things. And mostly that 4-seam fastball, he's given his pitchers confidence in that. And that high rider works very well for them.
Munetaka Murakami comes up empty on that heater at 97. This is going to be a good test for Murakami, with a lot of people saying that he cannot hit velocity.
Well, I'd like to see Soriano go with the 2-seamer, because I think Mune can hit that. The question is, he'll probably go to the 4-seamer upstairs. We'll take a look at the defense and how they're going to line him up behind Soriano. It's Lowe, Trout, and Adele in the outfield left to right. Moncada, Neto, Frazier, and Shanuel first base. Sebastian Rivero's got the plate. We told you about Soriano, who's been as good as anybody in baseball all year long.
This is must-see TV. Home run leader here in Major League Baseball. Pops this one up behind the plate and just above our booth.
Well, it's not only must-see TV, but right now it's must-see baseball, because the lights haven't taken over yet. And they're on around the ballpark, but at dusk, the advantage very much to the pitcher.
Swing and a miss. First 2 White Sox hitters go down swinging.
Well, we'll take you pitch by pitch in this first encounter. Good sinker, misses away. Evens the count at 1-1. Good fastball at 98, 1-2. Fouls that one back. And there's the wipeout splitter. I mean, 93, not much spin on it, but it just dives away.
Steve, this is video game type stuff we are watching from Soriano right now. This is the best version he has ever been over the course of his career.
Well, to show you about the visibility, there's been 5 outs. They're all strikeouts.
First two missing here to Miguel Vargas.
This is where Vargas has got to jump on one. He's looking for something middle in. It's a good pitch to hit normally.
He was looking fastball, but at 98 in movement, very tough to catch up to.
Looking fastball, got a fastball, and Soriano still threw it by him.
The only person who has touched up Soriano this season, Drake Baldwin of Atlanta, hit a home run off of him back on April 6th. Ever since then, Jose Soriano, coming into the game tonight, brings in a scoreless streak, 24 2/3 innings in a row. Unreal.
Look at those numbers. He checked it up. Good check. It was off the plate.
Three-two pitch here to Vargas.
When Soriano gets 2 strikes on you, he struck out 55% of the hitters. So the object is try to make some contact early and do some damage to a guy who's been dominating everybody this year.
2 outs in his first inning. And Vargas, he is battling.
And the toughest part about Soriano at this point is his sinker and his splitter run into a right-hand hitter. But then he throws you that 4-seamer, which is upstairs at 98. You can't really guess with him. He's got too much of an assortment.
A knee-buckling breaking ball as Soriano strikes out the side. Last night, well, Mother Nature was the story. A 3-hour rain delay, but then Murakami with the home run in the
on Chicago Sports Network.
StatCast 3D is powered by Google Cloud. We take a look at the 3 strikeouts by Davis Martin to start this game.
Slider, a sinker, and a 4-seamer, so he's shown them just about everything, and they're not hitting anything.
It's all about the mentality for Davis Martin out on the mound. Said he watches Kobe Bryant videos before his starts to get him amped up, to get him excited in that attack mode.
You have to be aggressive, and the real good pitchers will let you know just by their facial expression that they're coming to get you. They don't even consider that you're coming to get them.
Oh-2 on the ground to the right side, and it will make its way into right field. So the second hit of the game for the Angels. And it's time for tonight's Working for a Win, presented by Home Depot. We take a look at that 7-run 7th inning last night.
Well, it was just delightful. The boys kept bashing the baseball. Benintendi with a rocket down the line and right, all setting the stage for Murakami and a blast. And then Vargas follows it right up with another blast.
Game 30 of this season now for the White Sox, and we asked Will Venable, how would you just kind of assess the team? What is he like right now? And there's just this feeling, this mentality that they have in the dugout that they're never out of a ball game. And the air to center field, it is Tristan Peters makes the catch, out number 1 here in the second inning.
I think what I liked when Will talked to us today, he talked about the vibe last night, even early in the game. I mean, they were down 5-1. But he said the vibe was so good that they just felt that they were going to come back and get the Angels, and that's exactly what happened. So this team is starting to believe in itself, and that makes them a dangerous team to a lot of teams that might underestimate them.
Davis Martin has been on some kind of roll as of late. 4 straight quality starts. And over those last 4 starts, his ERA combined 1.37.
Well, he's ahead of just about each and every one of the hitters he's been facing recently.
Top of the second, this half inning is brought to you by Wintrust. Two balls and a strike to count to the left fielder Josh Lowe. Even just the pace that Davis Martin is working at on the mound, you can tell he's just more decisive in what he wants to throw.
I think the best thing, John, about the pitch clock is that it forces guys to get in a decent rhythm because they can't stroll around the mound or take off their cap and do those kind of things. And I do believe when you work more quickly, number one, it's a much more aggressive posture. Number two, it's easy once you get your rhythm to keep your rhythm. So for a lot of people who are not fans of the pitch clock, I think for many pitchers it's really helpful. It forces you to get that rhythm, and once you get it, it forces you to keep it.
Very different than the rhythm we saw last night. Anthony Kay, we talked to him today, admitted, he said, I was grinding through that start last night. I didn't have my best stuff. I was just trying to get as many innings as possible. And you could tell he was, each pitch, he was working with something, walking around the mound, just trying to feel comfortable out there. Rate is a proud partner of the 2026 White Sox. The Rate app gives Chicago fans an all-in-one wellness app with tools to build financial strength and guidance for fitness and stress management. Feel better, live better, play better. Download the Rate app today. Davis Martin, he's already ready. In the air to left center field. This one deep at the wall, and Benintendi makes the catch for out number 2.
That gives you an idea about how lively the park is tonight. The wind is no factor whatsoever, and Lowe just reached out. Fortunately, the park contained it, and Benny went back, made the play. So we're going to see fly balls with anything on it are going to be dangerous tonight.
Have you noticed how well Benintendi has been moving over the last few weeks? Hustling down the line, now playing out in left field.
I think he's feeling 100%. And with that, when you look at his stroke, because you have to have a good balance to have a good stroke, he's got everything right now, and we're going to see the best of his year coming up. Because when he's healthy, he's still a very productive player. And when that leg wasn't any good, he just wasn't moving well in left field, and that also transitioned into not swinging the bat as well as he could. You have to have a solid foundation to be a good hitter. Now he's got it.
0-2. He had an Achilles injury that just kind of lingered with him, especially second half of last year. And it's one of those things that it's just, you know, you can play through it. It just doesn't feel comfortable.
Well, he's been a good player for a long time, and the Sox are hoping to get the best out of him this year.
Backup catcher Sebastian Rivera was just called up recently from AAA. Pops this one up. It is Acuna calling for it at short, and that'll do it here for this top of the second inning.
Welcome back. So I got the scouting report on Jose Soriano. So Will Venable told me it's all about that ground ball profile. Similar to last night, he's going to try to get the ball down in the zone. So you got to get the ball up and elevate the baseball. Derek Showman, the hitting coach, he told me that it's all about creating leverage. When you're ahead of the count, being aggressive, but also staying disciplined, because he's going to try to get you to chase. For righties, being aware of that sinker. But for a lefty like Munetaka Murakami, he told me it's all about the fastball, guys.
So the White Sox do here in this second, after Soriano struck out the side to start this game.
Sox need to jump on Soriano with the first or second pitch. Falling behind 1-0. Let's see if Colson's looking for something he can drive. If he thought about it, that one sunk out of the zone.
After the long night last night, Colson Montgomery chance to get off his feet and DHing in this ball game here tonight. What time do you get to sleep? That was a late night for everybody.
I just can't, and I think the players are the same way. Obviously, we're not players, but you get involved in the game. You have a lot of adrenaline, especially in a game that the Sox came from behind from 5-1. You just don't go home and all of a sudden it shuts off and, you know, it's Betty bye. It takes a while.
It probably was about 2:30 for me. I was wired after that one. Shout out to all the fans and the dogs who stayed late last night. That one ending after midnight. But it was worth it. 2-2 to Montgomery. Drives this one to right field. Adele looks up. Get out! Colson Montgomery touches Soriano, the ERA leader in Major League Baseball. And the Sox take a 1-0 lead here in the second.
After making Colson look bad on a couple of really heavy sinkers, he goes to the knuckle curveball, and this one stays in the middle of the plate. That's 8 home runs. He's driven in 20. The Sox have a 1-0 lead, and this is a way to get to a pretty good pitcher. Is try to jump on him early in the ball game, and hopefully he makes a mistake and hangs one, as he did with the last pitch.
Well, that scoreless streak by Soriano, it is goodbye. It is over at 25 2/3 innings in a row. Colson Montgomery with a solo shot here in the second.
Now you're in a situation where, look, he's not used to giving up home runs. All of a sudden he falls behind 2-0. Let's see if Everson can sit on one.
Just the second run he has given up all season long.
Look at the location. There's a knuckle curve, and it's right in the middle of the plate. You see the tucked index finger? This one just comes up rolling, and Colson rolls it on out. That sound is something that every pitcher knows very well. You don't have to look around. You just say, give me another one. Pretty impressive. 5-10.
Now Pereira sends this one to center. It is Trout waiting on it. And there's one away here in the home half of the second inning. Well, I'd say the White Sox have a pretty good game plan so far against Soriano.
Moncada in close at third, taking away the prospect of a push bunt. Derek Showman saying that is not Derek Showman, but going over exactly where that pitch was. And surprisingly, as you look at the hitting coach, surprisingly, Soriano has fallen behind a couple guys 2-0. That's most unlike him.
We were looking at Joel McKeith, an assistant hitting coach. And Tanachi sends this one to left center, as Trout makes the catch for out number 2. Sox fans, join us at the ballpark as we celebrate moms and women. Come watch this White Sox Saturday, May 9th, as they take on the Mariners at 6 o'clock. 15,000 fans will receive a women's athleisure jacket presented by Rush. To purchase tickets and prepaid parking, visit whitesox.com/promos. When I asked Will Venable about Tristan Peters and how well he's been playing, you could tell Will Venable's face just lit up. He is so excited for the player that Peters has turned himself into. Organization didn't really know much about him coming in. A lot of people hadn't seen him play live. But all the reports were that he could make an impact, not just defensively, but also at the plate.
Well, he can also play all 3 outfield positions. And when he started the year, he showed bunt all the time and was pretty successful with it. So now they're in at third each and every time, and he's hitting the ball hard. This is most unusual for Soriano because after striking out the side in the first inning, all 3 hitters he's faced this inning have hit the ball in the air. That's not a good sign for him.
White Sox are trying to get him to get the ball up.
Soriano throws a lot of ground balls. Only Hill and Duran have thrown a higher percentage.
This one grounded to first. Shawnewill, the flip, and just beating Peters to the bag for out number 3. But Colson Montgomery leads it off with a bang. His 8th home run of the season, and the Sox a 1-0 lead.
2 Yankees sluggers making a bit of history. Judge and Rice, the quickest pair to 10 since the Mick and Yogi did it back in '56. Mantle would win his first MVP that season. The Cubs stopped Mason Miller's scoreless streak. It all started with a tapper up the third base line. There was probably a foul ball. Padres held on to win the game. The Phillies have moved on from manager Rob Thompson. Don Mattingly, new manager for the Phillies after a 9-19 start to their season, guys.
First it was Alex Cora out with the Red Sox. Now it is Rob Thompson out with the Phillies.
And the interesting thing is that Dave Dombrowski, the president, offered Alex Cora the Philly job and he turned it down.
2 of them worked together with the Red Sox, winning World Championship back in 2018. But Alex Cora, clearly after just being released by the Red Sox, said he wanted to spend more time with his family.
I also think he wants to be certain when he takes the next job he gets a fairly long-term deal.
Inside out swing down the line and foul. Top of the 3rd, White Sox with a 1-0 lead. This half inning is brought to you by Hyundai.
And make no mistake, even though it didn't work out in Boston, still almost 2 years left on the contract for Alex Cora, and he's a good enough manager. He will get another job pretty much wherever he would like to.
Well, Venable talked before the game about it. He said it's certainly surprising to see 2 guys like that. They are really good guys. He said it speaks to just how sensitive these jobs and opportunities are. It's tough to see, but he said he understands it because it's all part of baseball.
I just think when your team, which has fairly high expectations, gets off to a really bad start, you don't fire the GM, you don't fire the president, you fire the manager. And that's what we've seen early this year.
You got to wonder, are there other managers on the hot seat now with that start that the Mets had to start this season?
I was going to say, just take a look at the standings and you'll see teams that had high expectations that are not fulfilling it.
High expectations and high payrolls.
Well, that's right there with it most of the time.
Davis Martin trying to put away Adam Frazier, bottom of the order. To left field, Benintendi drifting back, and there's one away.
From the first pitch to the final out, never lose track of the game with the CHSN app. Stream White Sox baseball live, plus pre and post game coverage and full game replays on demand. We even have a way to prevent spoilers. Start your 7-day free trial today at subscribe.chsn.com. Chicago Sports Network, full stream ahead.
So first time through the order for Davis Martin, gave up 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. As he faces Zach Neto again, who did single against him to start the game.
Neto, one of the better defensive shortstops around, but they expect some big things from him with the bat.
Which is why it was so wild last night, 7th inning. It was his error that started the floodgates in that 7th inning.
That ball was hit off the end of the bat, though. It came to him with an incredible amount of spin, and he just got eaten up, never got a glove on it, and that's opened the door.
Fourth strikeout for Davis Martin.
This is a good location down in the strike zone. It's a breaking ball that had Neto out front. And he looks again. He probably doesn't know how he missed it, but that one had good late break.
Mistakes are going to happen to every team. But the sign of good teams, how do you take advantage of those? And we're starting to see the White Sox starting to capitalize on those breaks.
When you see Trout way up in all of these offensive categories, you know he's feeling real good. And that's the place to stay on him. Now, you can wipe him out with a ball out of the zone. But if you're going to go to a fastball, you make sure it's right around letter high, and he doesn't give you a whole lot of problems up there.
Davis Martin's got that good stuff working.
Well, now you're at the point, if you're Romo, you call that breaking ball. You'd prefer it way down out of the zone, even in the dirt, but you got to make sure that you smother it if you call it.
The 0-2 to Trout. Just off the edge.
Hard slider, and Trout started to swing, but this one well off the plate. Very strong, checking it up easily. It hit the bat.
Did that hit him? I think they're going to say it got a piece of Trout, so a hit by pitch.
I thought that was strike 3, and I don't think the Sox will challenge this. Tries to ride a fastball inside, and yep, it got the pad. Now, he's been stealing bases. That shows you how good he's feeling this year.
And what's unfortunate about that was that you could tell the pad sticks out and extends away from his hand, and it just nicked it. So a tough break for Davis Martin.
Trout 4 for 4 in stolen bases. You got to watch him closely. And the fact that he's running shows you how good he is feeling.
The boos once again greeting Yoan Moncada to the plate, and it's quickly 0-2. Moncada struck out looking his first time. The runner goes. Went around. Yes, sir. Davis Martin's got it.
Every pitch gets assigned a run value based on the outcome, and you can think of the overall numbers shown here as runs prevented by the pitcher, and Jose Soriano tops the chart. Run values also broken into 4 parts: heart of the zone, the edges, chase pitches, and waste pitches. Soriano's been equally good attacking the heart of the zone as he has the edges, and that all passes the eye test too, guys. His ERA and WHIP are both under 1 through his first 6 starts.
It is amazing what Soriano is doing, turning himself into a completely different pitcher this year. We knew he was always a ground ball pitcher. Last year led this Major League Baseball with 32 double plays turned behind him. But Steve, there's something you mentioned earlier coming on air. He tweaked his arsenal, leaning more on that 4-seam fastball, and that's what's made him a different pitcher.
But look, the heavy sinker, which he's always had, produces ground balls because you look at it and you're hitting the top of the ball. When you hit the top of the ball, you're going to beat it right into the ground. But one of the things they always talk about for pitchers is changing the eye level. So in an effort to confuse hitters even more, he throws a sinker, and then that 4-seamer upstairs he throws by a lot of hitters.
Drew Romo, the start behind the plate tonight, and will use his time here with 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Last year for Soriano, his #1 pitch that he used obviously was that sinker. He threw it 49% of the time. But it was also the pitch that got hit the most. Opponent's average was 290 against his sinker. So now he's throwing that less, and his numbers have really gone down all across the board. ground and is backhanded by Sharp as Soriano covers out number 1. It's time now for the GovX Hero of the Game.
The Chicago White Sox and GovX are proud to honor our hero of the game. Going to pay tribute to Specialist Timothy Chowles of the Illinois Army National Guard.
Just a beautiful night. The wind, not much of a factor tonight. That's been unusual because we've seen it whipping around here this homestand.
With Montgomery DHing, Luis Angel Acuna the start at shortstop, shows bunt. And ball 1. Third season in Major League Baseball here for Acuna. First here with the White Sox after being traded from the Mets in the offseason. Still trying to find his way at the plate.
Well, all things being equal with Soriano, he is arm side strong, so he's going to stay away with most of those fastballs, stay away from the left-handers, stay in to the right-handers. See those pitches just riding inside, so he's falling behind 3-1. From a hitting standpoint, you're just looking for a fastball out over the plate here.
This is what Derek Showman has been asking Acuna, be a little more patient, and he works a 1-out walk here in the third. That Sox walk is presented by IDOT. Stop for pedestrians. It's not a game.
Acuna 6 for 6 in stolen bases, and you would think that Will would want to try to manufacture a run here, so look for him to run fairly early in the count.
First base runner of the game for the White Sox. So first time through the order, the White Sox with a home run and a walk.
Right now, Soriano doesn't have a good command of the strike zone. Everything away from the left-handers, everything into the right-handers as far as that fastball goes.
Do you give Benny the green light with Soriano struggling?
The way he's been swinging it lately, I would give him the 3-0 green light. We'll see what Will has in mind. And there it is, and hitters appreciate that. If they know that they're going to get the green light, they can pick out a pitch that they really like, and that one he fouled back. But you make a lot of friends with hitters by 3-0 green lights.
Soriano got a little extra on that one at 99. Here's his 50th pitch of the ball game. There goes, and no throw, ball 4. Well, last night the big bat in the lineup delivered in the 7th. Munetaka Murakami
hit it against the left-hander, and Pomerantz laid one down and out over the plate, and Murakami wasn't his best shot, but it was terribly effective. 3-run homer at 382 feet.
Highest launch angle of a home run since the StatCast era. He was really trying to hit that one to the moon.
Yeah. Vero out to the mound to try to settle down Soriano, who suddenly is finding a moving plate.
Everyone always asked Will Venable what is so impressive about Munetaka Murakami, and always goes back to the process, how he prepares. As his first pitch from Soriano misses down, even though he has a very lengthy pregame routine, Will Venable saying every part of it is intentional and has a purpose in how Murakami gets ready.
Well, they talk about how prepared he is for each and every pitcher, because most of these guys he's never seen anywhere before.
'97 comes up empty. 1 ball, 1 strike. As the phones are out, everyone trying to capture the potential moment with Murakami at the plate. Pickoff play at second, and Acuna back safe. We've also seen that Murakami is a very durable player. He has played in every single game so far to start this season. This is his 30th career big league game tonight. Two balls and a strike. And Murakami wants to challenge.
Pitcher's called a strike. The hitter is challenger.
This had some late movement, and I think that nipped the strike zone just barely.
Call is confirmed. Chicago has 1 challenge remaining.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. So the White Sox lose 1 challenge.
Catchers 60%. Total overturned 54%.
Strike 3 called. That's out number 2.
We're going to go pitch by pitch here. He buries that one at 1-0, evens it up at 1-1. This one off the zone, and that one just barely. Catches the outside corner at 99. That's his 4-seamer. And a perfect pitch. That's just a pitcher's pitch, and there's really very little a hitter can do about that.
'99 running away on the black. That should even be fair.
Well, that's the improvement, because that was a 4-seamer instead of his sinker. He just has great stuff. Colson's the only guy to solve him to this point.
Miguel Vargas struck out looking his first time up. And you can see Soriano finding his rhythm again, starting to live on the corners.
Yeah, it's kind of frightening when you have that kind of stuff, and now you're throwing it exactly where you want to throw it. That has not been the case, and he walked back-to-back hitters in this inning before finding it again.
He had missed 10 of 13 to start this frame, but clearly he has dialed it back in.
That last pitch will make the outside corner look a little further away.
One and two. First and second with 2 down in this 3rd inning.
Good thing about that is now the runners are going to be going. You can score from first easily on a double, and it'll take the force out of the equation.
There's the payoff.
Pitch number 62 on the way. That is a lot of work for a guy who has been dominant. How about one pitcher in baseball who hasn't allowed a hit with a runner on base? Be a nice time to break that streak.
Three-two. Up and in, ball four, and the bases are now loaded for the only guy who has touched him up tonight.
Here comes Mike Maddox, and we'll look at Colson's home run. That's the knuckle curveball that he hung right in the middle of the plate, and this was a no-doubter. Exit velocity 102.1, and that one cleared it easily. Went 384 feet. And now, no place to put Montgomery. You got Acuna at third base. He's got to get a really nice secondary lead, because anything in the dirt, if it gets away at all, you're going to want to score here. This is a perfect inning to try to add on to the lead, and 3 walks have caused that.
Big opportunity for the Sox here in this third inning. Pitch from Soriano. Off speed down, ball 1. A lot of pitches already he's racked up here in this third. This will be the 30th of the inning coming up here.
He's having some problems locating the zone, and now if you're Colson Montgomery, you're looking for that fastball. It's probably going to be middle away, and we'll see if he can get to it.
Chop to the right side. It is Frazier who will end the bases loaded threat. After 3, Sox on top. As Mooney went deep.
Welcome back. Sam Antonacci has been playing all over the field this season. He's in the infield tonight, but he has actually lost weight since moving to the outfield this season. That's a new spot for him. It's only about 3 pounds, but he said covering that much ground every day, it adds up. So he's made it a point to really stay on top of his calories, making sure he's fueling up. And he's joked the clubhouse food here at Wright Field, it's a big help in just trying to put some of that weight back on. He said big compliments to the chef guys.
How times have changed. You got a chef, that's pretty good. We got bologna sandwiches. Don't need a chef for that.
Davis Martin continues with his good stuff here to start this 4th inning, as the Angels have only come up with 2 hits against the Sox starter. Strike 3.
Sox fans saw a whole lot of this, and Davis Martin has just been outstanding.
Nothing Sox, top of the 4th. This half inning is brought to you by Toyota. Davis Martin with 6 strikeouts already tonight. His season high is 7.
But if you did take the over in strikeouts, you can go to the window already.
Nolan Shawnoel singled in the 2nd, as Martin looks to make an adjustment this 2nd at bat. Drives this one into right field, and Pereira will fire it into 2nd, not in time. Shawnoel, his 2nd hit tonight. This time it's a double.
This one stays pretty much over the middle of the plate. And Shonowell hits it very hard.
Jodell will single up into center field. Shonowell will be waved home. He will score without a throw. And this game is now tied here in this fourth inning.
19 driven in by Adele, who takes it right back up the middle. Looks like a two-seam fastball down, and he goes right back into center field.
Peters catching that line drive off the bat of Lowe. And there's two out now. Grab your friends and head to the ballpark for Miller Lite Baseball and Brews. You get one ticket and two beers starting at $24. Now you must be 21 and over with a valid ID. To purchase tickets, visit whitesox.com/brews. Third hit here in this fourth inning for the Angels. This time it's a single by Sebastian Rivero.
Tries to cut this one away, but Rivero goes the opposite way. And so a little bit later in the game, the lights now taking over, and now the visibility is much better than it was earlier.
First hit of the season for Sebastian Rivero, just called up Sunday. And Davis Martin goes to the breaking ball to start this at bat. Strike one to Frazier. On the ground. And as Antonacci goes to first, high throw, but Murakami back on the bag for out number 3. Angels get a run. Bottom of the fourth we go. White Sox and Angels tied at 1. This half inning is brought to you by Davis Law. White Sox enter play tonight at 12-17. 3 games back of the Tigers in the standings, and a huge update for the Tigers. Javi Baez went into the bag hard at first base tonight, awkwardly went down and was carted off the field. That could be a huge loss for the Tigers in first place in the AL Central.
Well, it also gave them a guy who could play shortstop and center field. You don't see that a whole lot, and so I think he got some new life into his game by shifting to center field, where he seemed to be a lot more comfortable.
When you look at the standings in the AL Central, nobody really running away with it, going on any kind of run right now. A very gettable division at this point.
Well, it certainly is that. You just don't have a dominant team like the National League West. You got 2 teams to deal with out west. Dodgers and San Diego, both very good. Atlanta running away with it in the National League East. 7-game lead over Miami. Surprising team, probably Cincinnati.
Has to be, right?
Yeah, they got a lot of good young talent.
I mean, you think about it, if you're the Cubs or the Padres, You have two of the best records in Major League Baseball, but you find yourself in second place in your division because what the Reds are doing and the Dodgers are doing right now to start the year.
Well, one of the reasons why they added wild card teams, because it gives every fan base a chance to continue to root for your team into the playoffs if they don't win the division. There was a break for Soriano because he hung that one up in Pereira's eyes and he fouled it right back. It's a knuckle curveball again. That's the one that went out of the park earlier, and this one stayed right over the middle.
Wipeout pitch from Soriano, strike 3.
Sox fans, take a seat behind home plate. Introducing your front row seat on the CHSN app. A premium behind home plate view that puts you right in the middle of the action. Watch every pitch and every swing side by side with the live broadcast using CHSN's multi-view. Available on the web, iOS, and Android. More access, more angles. Only on Chicago Sports Network. Full stream ahead.
Is this shaping up to the kind of pitcher's duel we expected here tonight?
Very much so. I mean, but now you're probably going to get the bat on the ball a bit more because of the visibility.
Skipping off the mound into center field, Sam Antonacci with his first hit tonight. He goes so hard around the bag at first, actually has to slide to take a stop.
Well, he's thinking 2. I mean, that's the way to do it. You think 2 until they hold you to 1. And Sam explodes on a ball up the middle. You never know if perhaps Trout is going to miss it. Throws away the glove. Sam pretty much plays all out every play, every minute of every game.
Antonacci takes off and the pitch is fouled away by Peters. As someone who is very different myself, I can appreciate a different dude like Sam Antonacci. He doesn't play the game like anybody else, and Will Venable said that's what we appreciate about him, and said when you get here to the major leagues, don't change a thing about yourself, just keep doing you.
And none of these players knows just how long this ride is going to last. And the guys who are aware will give it everything they have every play, every day. If you take that philosophy, you might not be all that successful, but you're never going to be out hustled by anybody.
And teammates can feel that passion, right? Similarly to what Kyle Teal brings to this team. How hard he goes on every play, the intensity he has in the batting cages. It's the same thing with Sam Antonacci in the way he just gets on the field. One ball, 2 strikes. Sox are slowly putting the building blocks in place for this rebuild.
I think that's what Will and his staff preached in spring training. You make the culture of your team.
And the air to center. Trout will squeeze for out number 2.
Once you lay down the culture and you get everybody buying into it, that's when it has to converge with talent. And I think we're seeing there's a lot of young talent, not only in the major leagues, but in the Sox organization in the minor leagues. And what they're learning to do is win games together. Not every one of these guys is going to be around for the long haul, but the guys who are here will have learned how to win together, and that's how you build a winning organization from top to bottom.
Chopper to first. And a foul ball. Not only do you want to win, you also would like to have an exciting brand of baseball, right? Let's be real about this.
Shonowell gets hit right in the shin. The next time he'll think about catching that.
Soriano got the sweat going as the White Sox have made him work so far tonight.
81 pitches, and you know, you don't want to hurt the guy. You just as soon get into the bullpen, take him out, give him a rest. He's been a workhorse for them.
Two here to Drew Romo. Romo gets a good piece of this one into right field. It is gone. His first hit since 2024 is a home run, and it gives the Sox a 3-1 lead here in the fourth.
Not only a home run, but a home run against a pitcher who's been the best in baseball all year long. You got a very excited dugout, a fandom that's on their feet, and a 2-run lead to go with it.
Now it's Acuna. This one will fall into right field in front of Adele. And the Sox are starting to touch up Soriano.
Let's go back to the home run. This is a fastball, and it's down, but it's over the middle of the plate. And if any of you had Romo in your home run pool tonight, congratulations. It's got to pay, I don't know, maybe 500 to 1 that he would be the guy that would ride one out. That's a very happy young man.
And Acuna takes off, throw down to second. They got him. So that'll end the threat here in the fourth. But Drew Romo, you will not take that smile off his face the rest of the night.
He got a low fastball and juiced it. Yeah, he'll have that for a week.
StatCast 3D is powered by Google Cloud. We take a look at these 6 strikeouts tonight for Davis Martin.
3 on the slider and 1 each on the sinker, curveball, and 4-seamer. He's mixed them up. He's changing location as well as velocity, and he's got a 2-run lead. Nary you walk with those 6 strikeouts.
That has been the big key for him over the last few years. Throwing more strikes, trusting his stuff. Is he now the ace of this White Sox staff?
Well, he has been to this point. I mean, he's been the most consistent pitcher. For the most part, when your bullpen knows that your starter's going to go out there, can get you around 18 outs. That's what you're looking for. There's only 9 left.
Strikeout number 7 tonight. We have a defensive replacement. Austin Hayes has entered the game. He will play right field, replacing Pereira.
Nice to see him in the game. You have a hamstring issue. You want to make sure it's 100% before you come back. And he's very effective, not only defensively, but especially effective against left-handed pitchers.
Top of the 5th. This half inning is brought to you by St. Xavier University. Mike Trout 0 for 1, a strikeout and hit by pitch. This is one on the line to left, and it's going to fall in front of Benintendi for a 1-out single here in this 5th inning. All right, we were so excited for the matchups tonight. Jose Soriano, the best pitcher in baseball so far to start this season, only gave up 1 run all year coming into tonight. You have a home run to Colson Montgomery and Drew Romo, a 2-run shot. It has been great to see this approach.
And so far, the long ball has worked well. You don't expect a couple of home runs against a guy that's dominated all of baseball all year long, but it's a funny game. And the Sox are on top, looking to try to, at the very least, win this series early.
Well, it is an interesting night tonight. The theme here at the ballpark is halfway to Halloween. Runner goes. Trout will have a stolen base with 1 out here in this 5th inning.
Mike Trout is now 5 for 5 in stolen bases. He gets a very good jump. And the throw is right there, but the jump was just too big.
A healthy Trout is still one of the most havoc-creating players in all of Major League Baseball.
And because of all the leg issues he's had over the course of his career, I'm sure Angel fans are ecstatic that he's running again, because they know he can still swing the bat.
Romo throws down. Hey, let him know I'm not mad at it.
Well, that'll shorten up the secondary lead. See Trout straying off, but he's back in under the tag.
Think he's feeling good after that home run?
Oh, he's feeling real good.
Vargas with a good jump catches that one off the bat of Moncada. Pre-gaming made easy. Treat your group to a patio party. You get 2 hours of an all-you-can-eat plus unlimited beer, wine, and Coca-Cola products. For more information, visit whitesox.com/party areas or call 312-674-1000. I cannot wait to get a Bertucci double cheeseburger tomorrow.
Talked to Bobby today. We gave him our order, and it's going to come up here. Don't forget, it's an early game tomorrow, 12:10.
No breakfast, just Bertucci burgers tomorrow. Because you can't have just one. You got to save the room.
They're pretty good. There's no doubt about that.
80 pitches now for Davis Martin tonight. As that one misses, ball 2 here to Jorge Soler. Soler has been a strikeout victim twice tonight.
And you have Shonowell in the on-deck circle, and he's got 2 of the hits. Single in the second, double, and scored a run in the fourth.
That one did not miss by much, and Drew Romo is going to challenge. ABS, powered by T-Mobile.
Unfortunately, it hooked around the plate, it appeared.
Call is confirmed. Chicago has no challenges remaining.
So the White Sox out of challenges with 2 outs here in this top of the 5th. And that one misses, ball 4. So the first walk given up tonight by Davis Martin. He's got some traffic on the base paths. Runners on at first and second.
Well, Davis is missing by a wide margin now because Romo was set up outside and that ball was low and in. We'll take a look at where Romo sets up. He wants this ball out away. Davis just buries it down and in, and that's what sent Romo to the mound to have a conversation. Nick Lentz was coming out to break it up, but they broke it up anyway.
So after Davis Martin has missed 5 in a row, maybe that conversation, just break things up, get back on track.
Give him a minute, take a breath, and then go back to concentrating.
Nolan Shonowell, he has been locked in tonight. 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Vargas chases, but this one will make a few rows back.
This becomes a very big situation. You just took a 2-run lead. You'd like to hold it for a while. And Davis was pretty deep in this outing at 86 pitches.
This one down the line, but foul.
That's the only time that Shonowell gets in trouble with his swing, because he was expected to be a power guy and hasn't been to this point. He does make good contact. He's not easy to retire. When he starts thinking about hitting the ball out of the ballpark, things don't go quite as well.
Now, he did work on increasing his bat speed last year with the hopes of maybe getting some better slug and more power numbers, but it didn't really produce at the plate. On the ground, that is Murakami racing to the bag. He will get there first, and that'll do it for this top of the fifth. Davis Martin proving that he has been the best in the rotation this season, as the Sox bats getting to Soriano a 3-1 lead here tonight.
Cocktail. On the rocks, bartender created cocktails.
Top of the order for the Sox, starting off this bottom of the fifth. This half inning is brought to you by Prevagen. Andrew Benintendi grounds this one to second. Frazier's throw is there, one away. Thanks for joining us tonight alongside Steve Stone, John Schriffen here in the booth. Well, this was lined up as a matchup on the mound. Davis Martin against Soriano. It has lived up to the hype. The White Sox, 2 home runs already tonight, a 3-1 lead here in the fifth.
The last out in the fifth inning. It's probably the biggest pitch that Davis Martin has made. He got out of a jam. He's thrown a whole lot of pitches. And the Sox still carry a 2-run lead on the strength of 2 home runs.
Munetaka Murakami is 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts to start his night. ...12 home runs this season, and now in his 30th game he is trying to track down Jim Thome, who hit 13 in his first 30 games with the White Sox back in 2006. That is the club record in the first 30 games with the team.
Thome hit over 600 of them and had unbelievable power to left center field.
Thome was such an imposing figure at the plate, but when you meet him, he's like a big teddy bear. He is one of the nicest guys around.
He's a very big man who had enormous power, as does Murakami.
3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's time now for a message from Ankin Law.
Howard, my dad was T-boned by a utility vehicle. What should I do?
Ankin Law is injury law made personal. If you've been hurt at work, in a car accident, or suffered a medical mistake, call 312-6-million.
Miguel Vargas with a strikeout and a walk tonight. Steps in with 2 outs here in this 5th inning. You know, it's amazing. We go back to that home run by Drew Romo. It was the first hit that Soriano has allowed this season with a runner on base. That is incredible.
It's been an amazing year for Soriano.
And this one is ripped into left field. A 2-out single here for Miguel Vargas. Let's all play ball. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend. It is coming up on June 5th through the 7th, encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you.
There was a good example of how things work in the major leagues. Even a pitcher with great stuff like Soriano falls behind 2-0. Major league hitter is going to hit the next pitch pretty hard if he uses too much of the plate.
Colson Montgomery committed to that one, strike one. Hit his 8th home run of the season in the 2nd inning. We saw it the second half of last year, and Colson Montgomery has picked up where he left off. This young man has some serious power in his bat. Hits this one hard into right field. Vargas, he is going first to third. And it's back-to-back singles. The Sox are threatening here in the 5th.
It's a four-seam fastball that's right over the middle of the plate. And Colson just unloads on it. The only thing this lacked was a little height, because that had plenty of velocity to get out of the park. Good job of going first to third by Vargas. That's the aggressive base running that Will and the coaches have talked about. And now runners at the corners, and they're coming out. And anytime the trainer comes out, not a real good sign.
Certainly don't wish this on anybody. One of the true stars of this game. You never want to see an injury, and you hope that Soriano is okay. Putting up Cy Young type numbers to start this year. And the conversation there with his manager, Kurt Suzuki.
Well, they breathe a sigh of relief, because regardless of what happens in this game, they can't afford to lose that guy for any length of time.
So as Soriano stays in the game, Austin Hayes, his first at bat back since coming back from the injured list. As we take a look at the Angels bullpen. Hayes was hot to start the season. Grounds this one in the hole, the short net, the long throw in time, and that'll do it for the 5th. Mooney went deep. Let's take a look at the starting pitching matchup tonight. We were super excited to watch this one unfold. Both have gone through 5.
Davis Martin so far has the best of it. Soriano's been getting hit probably harder than he has all year long, so the offense has been in high gear against him. Davis Martin has a 2-run lead.
97 pitches for Soriano on the right, so not sure if he will come back out. But Davis Martin still on the mound as we start this 6th inning. This half inning is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai. High in the air to left field. It is Acuna who will make this catch. If you're just joining us, well, let's get you caught up in what you've missed. Colson Montgomery, a solo home run in the 2nd, made it 1-0.
An early lead is always preferable, but the Angels come back. Joe Adell takes it back up the middle, and it's tied.
But Drew Romo with a runner on. His first hit since 2024 is a 2-run shot, and that gives the Sox this 3-1 lead. Got to feel excited for that young man getting another opportunity in Major League Baseball.
It's going to be interesting to see how long Davis Martin is allowed to go, because Sean Newcomb is getting ready in a hurry.
Davis Martin at this point, he is just stacking start after start, eating up innings.
And he's broken his necklace, so wants to make sure that he's got all the pieces.
That's about the only thing that's broken up his rhythm tonight. One ball, two strikes. Popped up. There's Vargas with the grab. Let's go to Brooke.
Yeah, guys, I'm told Everson Pereira left tonight's game with right shoulder soreness in his day-to-day.
All right, thank you so much. That's why we saw Austin Hayes enter the game in right field. So we hope that this is just something minor for Pereira. .95 pitches now for Davis Martin. Needing one more out to go 6 strong.
I think if he can get this one fairly quickly, it'll be 18 outs and then to the bullpen.
He has matched his season high with 7 strikeouts already tonight. What's the wipeout pitch here? 0-2.
Another slider away and down.
This one is slashed into center field. So a single for Rivero, his second hit tonight.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Marquette Bank. Marquette Bank is Chicagoland's trusted neighborhood bank and home lender. So level up your banking with Marquette Bank at emarquettebank.com. Marquette Bank, love where you bank. And that's going to be the last pitch. Davis will throw. Did a whale of a job. He will exit. Newcomb will come in. We'll step out and we'll be back. There you take a look at the bullpen usage over the last 7 days. You'll see Beto last night using 43 pitches, and he was really good. I know Will appreciated his efforts out of the pen, holding it within reason so the boys could come back and rally. And so Sean Newcomb comes on for the 14th time. His ERA at .432. He inherits a runner at first base. Facing the tying run and a pinch hitter, Peraza, for Frazier.
Bottom of the order. And the breaking ball is fouled away from Newcomb. Another outstanding effort from Davis Martin. Now it's in the hands of the bullpen to hold on to this 3-1 lead.
Peraza started the game last night. Had a base hit, was hit by a pitch.
The 98 pitches from Davis Martin, a new season high. Let's see if Newcomb can get this final out here in the 6th inning.
Davis Martin, the last couple of starts, 14 strikeouts, just 2 walks. That's a winning combination that will keep you in each and every game that you're pitching.
Davis Martin is that dude right now. Everyone has always seen the talent, the potential, and now he is living up to the hype.
I think it really started last year when he refined the kick change. It gave him another big weapon to use, and he has supreme confidence these days.
All he has to do is fix his chain and he's good to go now.
That's it.
Peraza has been pesky at the plate.
That was a good slider. That one really broke. It broke from one side of the plate, inside on the other side of the plate. This is a slider, and watch the movement. Peraza just barely able to get a thread of the baseball.
Didn't get any of that one. strikeout from Sean Newcomb.
Big pitch ends the inning.
Chicago Sports Network.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Chicago Southland, where the action never stops. Play the hottest table games, enjoy the newest slots, and celebrate big jackpots. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner.
A new pitcher in the ball game. It's Brent Suter on for the 11th time with an ERA of an even 3. Davis Martin, who has left the ball game, will know that he took on the hottest pitcher in baseball, and he threw better. Peraza stays in the game, and Suter takes over. Usually works very quickly.
Does it feel a little colder to you? Like the temperatures are dropping right now?
It dropped seemingly about 10 degrees.
It was 64 degrees at first pitch time at 6:40. It says it's 57. Feels like it's in the 40s right now.
Don't think so.
Yeah. I know exactly how she's feeling.
That's a good that's a very good philosophy right now. Bundle up.
Six, 7, 8 in the order for the Sox coming up here in the home half of the 6th inning. As Sam Antonacci is 1 for 2 tonight. Foul tipped out of the glove of Rivero, so Antonacci is alive. What'd you think of White Sox hitters' approach at the plate against Soriano tonight?
Well, they hit some mistakes, but that's what you have to do against a pitcher that's as good as Soriano. He was the hottest pitcher in baseball coming in. It started with Colson Montgomery, who took it out, and then a most unlikely 2-run homer for Drew Romo, but he got every bit of that, so I thought the approach was really good.
Back to Suter. The underhand toss to first, and Antonacci is retired. Celebrate moms and women at the ballpark May 8th through the 10th. From Bravo Night to Game Day for the girls and the women's athleisure jacket giveaway presented by Rush, plus a Mother's Day pregame parade and a special ceremony honoring breast cancer awareness presented by the Illinois Lottery. Well, the weekend, it is absolutely packed. To purchase tickets, visit whitesox.com/mom. Chase Mydroth is the pinch hitter, replacing Tristan Peters. I know we have a packed Mother's Day weekend coming up. I'm not sure we have enough for mothers in our lives and just kind of what they do for everybody. One weekend, just not enough.
Well, I know my mom was an excellent athlete and actually caught me when I pitched. I learned how to play golf with her clubs. I learned how to play tennis with her racket, and I learned how to throw to her and refine my curveball. So I think Mother's Day is a very special day for everybody, and if you're fortunate enough to still have your mother around, take her to a nice meal and tell her how much you appreciate what she's done for you.
I think that's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
May not be a gift, but it's the appreciation, the sign that you moms know that everything they do makes the world a difference. Well, here's the man who gave the Sox the lead back in the 4th inning. Drew Romo gets a good piece of this one. Left center, Trout at the wall. No way! Drew Romo sets off the fireworks again. His second home run tonight, and his first 2 hits of the season have left the ballpark.
That's why you got to love this game, because things like that you never expect, you can see on a daily and nightly basis. He homers from the left side. He homers from the right side. And what a night for Drew Romo.
We knew something special was going to happen tonight. We just didn't know it was going to be Drew Romo's night.
Well, if you predicted that one, you got something special inside you, because this is unbelievable. This looked like a cutter inside, and Romo got the head of the bat out, got it on the sweet spot, and rode it out of the park.
Drew Romo, have yourself a night.
A night that Drew Romo will never forget. It's 4-1 heading into the 7th.
On Friday night, because Mooney went deep. Defensive changes for the Sox. Chase Mydroth will play short. Acuna will move from short and will play center field.
What a night for Drew Romo.
He's still trying to catch his breath. An adrenaline rush after homering back-to-back at bats. And Drew Romo is the first White Sox player this season with a multi-home run game.
Well, of course. I mean, you could see that coming all the way. You got a few sluggers on the team, and then you have Romo, who you figure would hit the first multi-homer game and homer from both sides of the plate. I wonder if he's ever done that in professional baseball.
Wipeout from Newcomb. One away to start this 7th.
3 sliders. The last one just disappears down and out of the zone. Good late break. And Neto fanning for the 3rd time tonight.
Mike Trout now an 18-game on-base streak after his hit by a pitch and a single back in the 5th. As he fouls that one off himself. If he gets another walk before the end of April, he will match Ricky Henderson's mark set back in 1982. 31 walks to start the season in March and April.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, you're not going to walk a lot unless you're seeing the ball very well. And judging by his early numbers, he's seen it real well. How about that? Along with Kurtz, James Wood, who we just saw, they lead the pack.
And Nick Kurtz with the A's, he's got a club record 16-game walk streak working into play tonight.
That's pretty amazing in itself, especially for a very young hitter, which he is.
There is a strike. Count is now full here to Trout. And the walk for Trout matching Ricky Henderson. Let's go to Connor for a trip down on the farm.
All right, John Hagen-Smith with a solid one at Charlotte. When he's in the zone, he doesn't get touched. Jonathan Cannon touched up just a bit in a rehab start. The show was in Winston-Salem. Caleb Bonner with a 3-homer night, one in the 6th, one in the 8th, a game-tying 2-run shot in the 9th. The Dash would go on to win it in the 10th. And a good start for Jaden Fauske, 2nd-round pick last year. He's down at Kannapolis and doing solid work, guys.
All right, thank you so much. A pinch hitter for the Angels, Vaughn Grissom, will step into the box, replacing Moncada.
Grissom started the game last night. Had a couple of hits.
To be in the record books with the great Ricky Henderson, you know you are amongst the elites of the elite. Ricky Henderson overlapped while you were still playing, right?
I pitched against him quite a bit.
Yeah.
He got in this really low crouch, and it looked like you were pitching to Mickey Rooney. But occasionally you got a chance to throw a strike now and then.
Was it scary when he got on base?
Well, you knew he was going to go, and what you wanted to avoid was spending more time obsessing about him than the hitter who came up next. But he was a destructive force. He might have been, if not the greatest leadoff hitter ever, he was right up there because he could hit the ball out of the park, and then if he did get on, he was going to steal everything in sight.
Out number 2.
From first pitch to final out, never lose track of the game with the CHSN app. Stream White Sox baseball live, plus pre and post game coverage and full game replays on demand. We have a way to prevent spoilers. You can start a 7-day free trial today at subscribe.chsn.com. Chicago Sports Network, full stream ahead, and that's a base hit to center.
So the walk to Trout, a single from Jorge Soler, and the Angels have 2 on with 2 outs in the 7th inning.
Shonewell with a big night tonight, but in the key at bat, he grounded out to end the inning with 2 on. So Zach Bove comes out to talk about a scouting report on Shonewell.
Wow. All right. We just got confirmation. Drew Romo is the first catcher in the history of the White Sox organization to ever homer in a game from both sides of the plate.
That's pretty amazing, actually. White Sox have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
There was a lot of catchers.
Oh, we said there's catching depth in the organization.
Boy, is there.
We talked about Jose Soriano coming into the night, leading Major League Baseball with the lowest ERA. Munetaka Murakami leading baseball with the most home runs. And we will end the night talking about Drew Romo as the hero. Hopefully, if the score holds.
It's really amazing. Shonewell wants to take a look at that one again. Angels have 2 left, and after this they'll have 1.
That is challenging.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Good piece of the plate.
Call is confirmed. Los Angeles has 1 challenge remaining.
Newcomb trying to work around some traffic here in the 7th inning.
That was a sweeping breaking ball that started behind Shonewell. That is a big breaker. He was just able to get a piece of.
1-2.
After a steady diet of breaking balls, he tried to heat him upstairs, just not quite high enough, and he fouled it straight back.
Newcomb refusing to give in, still ahead of this account, 1-2. On the ground, Antonacci getting low from the grass, makes the throw. It is time to stretch here on the south side.
I had to say. Welcome back. I'm here with Davis Martin after another incredible start for you, Davis. How were you able to keep this Angels lineup off balance?
Yeah, I mean, Drew called a great game and just kind of mixing speeds, going in and out, just attacking the zone, trying to be ahead of those guys. A lot of good hitters on their team. So, yeah, just trying to keep them off balance. And our offense did a great job of jumping on Soriano. So just trying to, get our bats in there and let them keep swinging like Drew Romo.
I know we'll get to him in just a second, but you talk about Soriano going up. It's a great head-to-head match. What did you take away from that matchup tonight?
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, this is why you want to play the game. This is the guys you want to throw against, and you try. You want to make it a big deal, but in reality, you just got to keep throwing your game, keep doing what you do, and don't try to change anything, and just enjoy the little competition.
You did such a good job just mixing things up. Just where's your confidence in just your overall sequencing and just your pitch mix right now?
Yeah, pretty high. I mean, we talked about in spring training, like having every pitch, this offseason, being able to not have to like overhaul anything. Feel like I got a full offseason with my stuff, and it's just continuing to get sharper. So continue to find things that we need to get better at, but right now we're happy where we're at.
You told me that you want to be the rock for the starting rotation here. How do you feel like that you've taken that responsibility on this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just organic, I guess. I mean, I'm not really trying to be anybody else. I'm just trying to be myself and have fun with the guys. I think all the starters want to go out there and be that guy, and so it's a little fun competition that we have, but I'm not going to sit here and label myself anything. I'm just having fun. Okay,
we got to talk about Drew, because you talked about him catching tonight, but I mean, consecutive at-bats hitting from each side, a homer from each side. I mean, this is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, dude, me and Bo were just sitting there like high-fiving each other after the first one, and the second one we're just sitting there grabbing each other again. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to enjoy that's just such a cool moment for him, and everybody was super juiced for him.
Davis, thank you so much.
Thanks, Brooke.
Guys, back to you.
Awesome stuff, Brooke. Thank you. And a huge thank you to Davis Martin for giving us that kind of access as soon as he comes out of the game. And everyone is just loving on each other right now. The vibes are so high.
It's just gratifying to see the emerging of Davis Martin as a top of the rotation major league starter, because that stuff right now is very good and he's using it exceptionally well. His fastball is lively enough to throw it by a whole lot of very good hitters, and 7 strikeouts with only 1 walk tonight. This was a fine performance. And Drew Romo, well, this was expected because he's a power guy, both sides of the plate.
Benintendi, a good start to this bottom of the 7th with a single. All right, if you're just joining us, let's get you caught up on what you missed. Colson Montgomery facing one of the best pitchers in the game. Takes him deep, 1-0 lead in the second.
That was a mistake, knuckle curve, and he made him pay, but Joe Adell comes, ties it up in the 4th inning and 1.
And Drew Romo, his first home run of the night was a 2-run shot in the 4th. Backed it up with another one, his next at bat in the 6th.
Pretty amazing. That was a line drive rocket, just enough. And a 4-1 lead.
White Sox have a pinch runner, Derek Hill, taking over for Benintendi at first, with Munetaka Murakami at the plate. Murakami is 0 for 3 tonight, 3 strikeouts. That was against the starter Jose Soriano. And because, to your point, he's seeing so many of these pitchers for the first time, we are seeing him make adjustments in real time at bat to at bat throughout the game.
Well, look, there's a lot of guys going to struggle against Soriano. He had a home run against a lefty last night. This should be an interesting at bat. Joey Lucchesi on for the 5th time with an ERA that he hopes gets better.
This was the key last night, getting into the bullpen for the Angels. It has been their Achilles heel all year long, as that one misses in, ball 2. So Vaughn Grissom, who we saw pinch hit, stays in the game at second, and Oswald Peraza, also pinch hit, stays in the game at third. And a challenge here from Rivero.
Pitchers call the ball. Catcher is challenging.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
It had a piece.
Call is overturned. Count is 2-2. Los Angeles has one challenge remaining.
Murakami, with his Major League Baseball leading 12 home runs this year, will take his time.
So we'll take a look at bullpen ratings for the Angels. ERA 29th, OPS 28th, walk rate 26th, batting average 25th. Those aren't going to get you a whole lot of wins. They've really been struggling.
Murakami, a huge hole on the left side, and he pokes it through. His first hit tonight.
There's one of the adjustments we talked about, because you can't pull this pitch. It's a four-seam fastball, but it's out away, and instead of trying to pull it, he just shoots it through the left side. They left the left side open because he really doesn't hit it there too often, but that time he went that way.
That is hit number 26 this season for Murakami. 12 home runs and 14 singles.
I'm thinking a double's coming here pretty soon.
White Sox looking to tack on some runs late here in the 7th inning. 1-0 here to Miguel Vargas, missing down ball 2. A little different look for Southpaw behind the plate tonight, as this is halfway to Halloween. Southpaw, the character from Saw.
The answer is yes. I would give him the 3-0 green light. Looking for a few more runs to make things a lot more comfortable.
Nobody out here in this bottom of the 7th. This was the inning where the White Sox exploded last night against the Angels bullpen, putting up 7 runs in the 7th inning. And there's ball 4, bases loaded.
Follow our White Sox at ChicagoSportsNetwork.com, presented by Nationwide Insurance Agent Jeff Vukovich. Get to enjoy knowing the Vuk as much as you do the jingle at JeffVuk.com, because Nationwide is on your side.
Well, Drew Romo was the first White Sox player to have a multi-home run game this season, but Colson Montgomery could be the second. Mike Maddox, the pitching coach, a visit to the mound.
He always puts his hand on the shoulder, probably to make sure you don't get away. Casey in a jam, bases loaded and nobody out for Colson.
Solo home run in the 2nd, single for Montgomery's last time up with a 5th.
That single in the 5th, he probably hit as hard or harder than a home run.
And he steps up, nobody out, bases loaded here in the 7th. And Montgomery has proved that he can hit lefty pitching. When we asked him about it, he said, I don't even notice what's on the mound. I'm so locked in with my approach. I'm just trying to pick up the ball.
It's really been a startling amount of production against left-handers. It was a pretty tough breaking ball, but over the course of this year, Colson has really improved that aspect of his game. And the key is always make sure you don't open up too quickly. It's just like a pitcher. You keep that front shoulder closed, then you get coverage middle away. If you fly open with the front shoulder, you're very vulnerable to anything on the outer half.
Infield is even with the bags for the Angels as Montgomery fouls that one away.
Casey's a little fortunate there. He hung one over the inside part of the plate.
Good stop by Rivero as that one in the dirt. On a cold Tuesday night, the Sox looking to break this one open.
Kurt Suzuki, in his first year as a major league manager, was a former catcher, and he spent a long time behind the plate.
Up and in. And the count is now full with nowhere to put Colson Montgomery. Austin Hayes in his first game back off the injured list, waiting on deck. Three-two. And a challenge. Let's see. It was called to ball.
Pitcher's called the ball. Catcher is challenging.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Upper part of the zone, I think it caught a piece.
Call is overturned. The hitter is out. Los Angeles has one challenge remaining.
Didn't have much, but turned out to be a called third. Caught very well by Rivero. It looked like it was a touch wide, especially as he brought it back. But yep, it's a piece. And that's going to be it. So Lucchesi, I believe, is going to depart. He'll leave the bases loaded, but there's only one out.
Local Hyundai dealer today.
Head to the ballpark on Friday, May 15th as we take on the Cubs at 6:30. Catch the White Sox in their City Connect uniforms for this crosstown rivalry. Plus, you can stick around for a post-game fireworks show presented by Rate. To purchase tickets, visit whitesox.com/city.
Jose Fermin coming on, and last year he appeared in 40 games with an ERA about 4.5. He inherits the bases loaded, the infield in at all four positions. If the ball is hit to the corners, they're coming home with it. If it's hit in the middle, they'll probably go second to first to try to turn two.
Bases loaded, one out for Austin Hayes. Swings through the first one, strike one. And his career with the bases loaded, Hayes a .333 hitter. Hayes entered the game replacing Pereira in right field due to shoulder soreness. bases loaded. On the ground to third. Peraza comes home with it for the force out. And that's all the Angels will get as the bases stay loaded with 2 outs now.
They want to make sure they cut down this run, and it turns out to be a pretty good play. Peraza just barely was able to hang on, and then he really only had 1 play. No chance at first base on the double play, so still a chance to drive at least 1, possibly 2 home.
Sammy Antonacci with 2 down. Up and away, ball 1. He does have a home run on this season in his rookie year, but that was an inside the Parker and a little bizarre variety of it.
It was that.
Ooh.
That got him.
Yes, it did. Hit by pitch. That means the run will come in. And the Sox take a 5-1 lead here in the 7th.
Sammy got plunked 39 times last year. And you see, there's no urgency to get the lead elbow out of the way because his job is to get on base. In this case, you drive home a run. And if Sam had his choice of City Connect uniforms, they'd be black and blue.
Los Angeles is challenging the hit by pitch.
Okay. So Kurt Suzuki, the manager for the Angels, will challenge to see if it did in fact hit Antonacci. This is a Northwestern Medicine Manager's Challenge. We're taking a second look at the play. It's always a good idea to get a second opinion. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. It looked like it got the jersey.
Well, what he was intending maybe was, did he lean into it? That's what perhaps he was thinking about. But if he did it very well. And he drives home a run, making it 5-1.
One of the quicker challenges we have seen this season as the call is confirmed. So it's 5-1 now. Bases loaded for Chase Mydroth. White Sox with a couple singles, a walk, and now a hit by pitch here in this 7th inning. Chop it back over the middle. It is Grissom. And that'll do it. The Sox tack on a run and lead it 5-1 after 7.
Jordan Leisure comes into the ball game for the 14th time. The ERA is up there at 6.75. He inherits a 4-run lead. Sox need 6 outs. Hayes goes to left field, and Derek Hill, the speedster, goes to right field.
So all the starting outfielders for the White Sox are now out of the game. As Will Venable pushing a lot of buttons here tonight to try and win this series against the Angels. Joe Adell leads things off 6-7-8 to the plate. And the fastball missing upstairs. Ball 1 from Leisure.
Oh, no.
Leisure looking to get some confidence back. And looking for a good outing here. Understand, as a guy coming out of the bullpen, never going to be perfect. There's going to be opportunities. You're going to give up runs. But how do you start stacking good performances and quality pitches?
It's just belief that you're just 1 pitch away from turning everything around. And for Jordan, it's the secondary pitches. Getting them over the plate will make his fastball look a whole lot better.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Nasty pitch from Leisure. The strikeout to start the 8th.
That's a good start in getting the confidence back, because he's got to have that slider to wipe out hitters, and this was a good one. The key is getting ahead. Good spin. And for Adele, it's just about the invisible ball.
This one is driven a long way into right field. Josh Lowe. And it is gone, his 4th of the season. A solo shot here in the 8th inning makes it 5-2.
That's a slider that just kind of stayed there. It didn't bite down and in, and Lowe got most of this. This is a blast. Time now for the upcoming schedule, presented by Toyota. Let's go places. And the Angels here for one more, then the off day on Thursday. It's on to San Diego and the same Angels again before coming back and seeing Seattle.
Down to the left side, it is Vargas with the spin, the throw in time, as Rivero is retired for out number 2. You know, even with these cool temperatures, the ballpark is really lively tonight.
Yeah, it's well, one thing, the wind has picked up a bit. Although the flags are not moving over the right center field flags, but the ones over at left center are blowing straight out.
Peraza in the 9-hole. Pinch hit back in the 6th inning and struck out. It's this one hard down the line and left, and thankfully foul.
There's not much room down there to go foul, and that one was hooking, and fortunately on the left side of the line. 330 down the line, and wasn't fouled by much, with Hunter Wendelstedt on the call.
And the umpires are coming together here, and Hunter Wendelstedt, who is the Vic Carapaz is the crew chief.
The crew chief reviewing the foul call.
And they're going to take another look to confirm that call.
Unless there was an invisible bounce, it looked like it was pretty well foul.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to review that. That one's foul by a foot.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. It is a foul ball. The count is 1-1.
Shocking.
As long as they get it right.
They got it right.
So Peraza back in the box. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Good life to the heater at 97 from Leisure. Where do you go here in this count? 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You can wipe him out with a slider with end the at bat. Wiped him out with the fastball. And now they want to take a look at it again.
Pitcher's called a strike.
To no
the hitter is challenging.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. As we wait for it, strike 3.
Call is confirmed. The hitter is out. Los Angeles has no challenges remaining.
The memorable moment is presented by Prevagen, and when you homer from both sides of the plate, that is memorable. Right-handed in the 6th inning. Drew Romo's going to remember this if he lives to be 200.
And then Drew Romo in his first at bat since going back-to-back, he gets plunked by Fermin.
We'll take another look. He hits him with a bouncing slider, so not much intention there, you would think. Now, it doesn't feel any better that it was bouncing, but still, he got hit with a bouncing slider.
Acuna on a line to left as Lowe is there. First out here in the bottom of the 8th. It's time now for preview of White Sox postgame live presented by Yingling. Let's check in with the guys in the studio.
Drew Romo. It is Drew Romo's world. We're just living in it. Can you believe him tonight?
How about that? So many years with the White Sox. There's 100+ years. That's the first catcher to hit a home run both sides of the plate.
Yes.
Great. And by the way, Martin.
Yeah.
Once again, they got Soriano. Nice. Bullpen turned the ball very well so far.
All right, we have so much to get to on the postgame show. We will see you then.
Derek Hill at the plate here. Replaced Benintendi as the pinch runner back in the 7th. As it stands, would be a save opportunity in the 9th. As the hard throwing Fermin misses there, 1-1.
A good fastball. That was up and in at 97. Sir Anthony Dominguez is up in the pen. Will told us before the game, we asked him if he was available tonight. He said yes, he is. And if you're going to have a save situation, you'd love a 3-run save situation and come in with nobody on base, start a clean inning.
Neto starts it off at second. The play first, not in time to get the speedy Hill. There's 2 away.
This is really amazing. First White Sox player since Leury Garcia to homer from both sides of the plate. 2 career home runs in the same game. First White Sox player since Sebi Zavala. He hit 3 that night.
You never know whose night it's going to be with this offense that is just clicking right now. When it's out to Murakami. You know, other players have talked about how much they enjoy playing with Murakami. He is such a star, gets so much attention, and they all enjoy it and soak it up together. They say when he comes up to the plate, everyone gets the top step in the dugout.
When he had like a mini press conference that was in Arizona, and he said about the players, the reason he liked the players on this team was that everybody wants to communicate with him. And I think that's a trademark of this clubhouse. You get a lot of guys talking baseball, exchanging ideas, what they can do a little bit better or how they can do it. And one of the things about Murakami is he's accomplished so much, but you don't realize he's still a relatively young man.
Murakami just 26 years old in his first season here in Major League Baseball. He is now the front runner for the Rookie of the Year. And a good hitting count here. 3 balls and a strike. That was a home run right there.
He didn't get a fastball. He threw him a slider.
Fermin with the deep breath. As pitchers are on alert now when they face Murakami. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. We go to the 9th. The Sox with a 3-run lead. His first hit since 2024 is a home run.
Not only a home run, but a home run against a pitcher who's been the best in baseball all year long.
No way! Drew Romo sets off the fireworks again.
That's why you got to love this game. He homers from the left side. He homers from the right side. What a night for Drew Romo.
That smile is going to be on his face all week long. The night of his career, Drew Romo has given the White Sox a 5-2 lead as we start this 9th.
Sir Anthony Dominguez comes on for the 13th time, looking for save number 7 in this his 9th opportunity.
When you look at the save situation in Major League Baseball, his 6 saves are tied for 7th. And there's 4 other pitchers who have 7 saves ahead of him. So he has been one of the better closers in Major League Baseball this season.
Sox got him, brought him in because unlike last year, they wanted a closer this year, thinking the boys would be a lot better and he would come into play much more than in recent years.
There's the first strikeout to start the 9th. Test your luck during every home White Sox game this season with the Sox Split 50-50 raffle. Tickets are on sale until the end of the 9th inning. You can play now at whitesox.com/Sox Split. It is valid for Illinois residents 18 and over. Big matchup here with Mike Trout. And the first pitch is in there, strike 1. Trout's been on base 3 times tonight, hit by pitch, a single and a walk.
That was a little wide of the plate.
Dominguez is effectively wild.
Yep. Never really comfortable to face Mike Trout. He is always dangerous.
Looked like a good pitch, but the White Sox out of challenges, and it would have missed anyway. So the count goes 3 balls and a strike here to Trout. White Sox after the win last night, or should I say this morning after midnight, looking to take this game and win the series against the Angels.
This is just pretty much a split doubleheader because you played 2 in the same day with some hours in between.
So Trout will walk with 1 out here in this 9th.
Trout has been on base 4 times. Got hit by a pitch, walked twice, a base hit in the 5th, and a stolen base.
Grissom comes up empty with that swing, strike 1. Pinch hit back in the 7th and struck out. Ground, this could be 2. 1 at second. Double play. Ball game. Sir Anthony Dominguez picks up his 7th save of the season, but the night belonged to Drew Romo. 2 home runs, 1 from each side of the plate, and the Sox a 5-2 win, winning this series against the Angels.
it's our Steinhafels double play. Steinhafels donates $200 to Special Spaces Illinois for every double play. Double plays that make a difference, and this double play ended the game. Davis Martin with the win, but it's Drew Romo's night. Homering from both sides of the plate. What a game this was. Short turnaround. So get your rest and get ready for the Brooms.
The Tigers lost. Cleveland lost.
2 games back.
Minnesota lost. And the Royals are losing. The White Sox, a little momentum, especially here in the division. For Brooke Fletcher, Connor McKnight, my guy Steve Stone, I am John Schriff, and thank you for spending your Tuesday night with us. It is a final. White Sox with a 5-2 win over the Angels. White Sox post-game live presented by Yingling comes your way next. Guys, it's all yours.
Wow, what a game. What a win for the White Sox. Jose Soriano, the greatest April in baseball history for a starter, and the White Sox get to him. And Drew Romo, what a night for him as well.
That creates you a lot of confidence. You be the best pitcher right now in the game, and you go against our best pitcher, or the best competitor. Martin threw the ball great, and he said very right. I don't face this Soriano. I got to face the ball club. He pitched very good, but get to Soriano the way he did. Obviously, they don't kill him, but they did a good job to get to him.
The Angels were 6-0 in Jose Soriano's first 6 starts. They lose here tonight. Coming up on the show, Colson Montgomery's home run, Drew Romo's 2 home runs, Davis Martin, and there might have been some magic in the dugout that made it all happen. We're going to tell you about that and a whole lot more. We're going to hear from Romo and Davis Martin. A winning edition of White Sox Postgame Live is next.
Oh, 2 here to Drew Romo. Romo gets a good piece of this one into right field. His first hit since 2024 is a home run, and it gives the Sox a 3-1 lead here in the 4th.
On this date in 1960, the White Sox unveiled the exploding scoreboard, and tonight, 66 years later, the Sox had plenty of fireworks. Drew Romo with not just 1 but 2 home runs. The first of his career. Colson Montgomery went deep, and the White Sox win again. It is White Sox Postgame Live presented by Yingling. Flight, the next generation of light beer. Here with the mayor of right field, the legend, as again. I'm Chuck Arfine. This was a fun win here for the Sox.
Love it. They're facing the best pitcher in the game.
Yeah.
Right now. And they what they did. They scored 3 runs. Great job against them, and just a couple home runs here and there. But in the meanwhile, great at bats.
Yeah.
Great at bats against Soriano. One of the best guys. He's the best guy right now.
Yeah, we were talking on the pregame show about Soriano, and the stats were just staggering. He'd only given up 1 run in 6 starts, the greatest start since 1913 in Major League Baseball. And I just said on the pregame show, watch, the White Sox will get to him.
Oh!
They did.
Well, you know, the way they play, especially at home. They not have been playing good at home. Great the way they play in the road. They win a couple of series in a row. But right now, they swing the bat well. They got good at bats. And they show me today how good they can be at the plate. Why? Because they face the best pitcher.
I have a theory. You want to hear a theory?
Please.
You ready for a theory on live TV? All right. They faced Jack Kohanowitz yesterday.
Good one.
Really good.
Best sinker in the game.
Okay. Kind of a similar pitcher with similar stuff. Do you think the fact that they saw that really good stuff from him last night got them kind of locked in for that again here tonight?
I don't know. I don't think Soriano, I don't want to take anything away from him because, they only scored 2 runs. But the sinker, last night's sinker was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, very good going out there. And it's funny thing because last night was a very long night.
Yes, it was. 3-hour rain delay. Yeah.
They could have come here and say, oh, my God, tomorrow we face Soriano. What we should do, what we can do. And look at what they did. It's just 2 type of pitcher. But I don't think Soriano got the best stuff today. Great stuff.
Yeah.
I don't see him pitch in the past. But I don't think with that stuff he got today, he's going to have the ERA he has right now, or whatever they did to him in the past, went through it.
All right, let's show you all that happened in this game. Starting in the second inning, Colson Montgomery, he would double the run total of Jose Soriano on one swing. This is our play of the game presented by Yingling. This was a 5-pitch at bat. Eventually, he would get a knuckle curve that was hung, and Colson would crush it. What did you see here?
You know, it's funny thing about it, what I see there, look at that. That ball's way in. Nice take. All of a sudden, go down, change your look at his face. Believe me, Papi is taking in center field thing. Look, see, he never got a chance to see the ball. Then he make an adjustment about it because the first two swings never have a chance. Now, look at that ball, hang it, take it right back. That to me, it was a bad pitch, and Colson take advantage of that pitch.
So that's his 8th home run of the season. Long gone. That was 87 miles per hour right in the middle of the plate. His 29th home run of his career. Ozzie, he's only played 101 games in the majors. So say he plays 150 games. You're looking at the guy that can hit potentially 40, 45 home runs.
Well, but okay, let's talk about him then.
Yeah.
You know what? If this kid, I talked to a couple of people from the front office today about it. If this kid made the commitment to let the ball travel, my head is going to be in the ball, danger. But you see the first two swing in that at bat, he don't have no chance. He don't have no chance. Also, he make an adjustment, hanging pitch, home run.
Yeah.
This guy is just one click. That's what Walter Arena say. One click. Click me like 1, 2. How much longer you have your head on the ball? It's one click away to be danger. He had to know that.
Well, even more dangerous.
Yeah, he had to know that because sometimes, to me, it gives bat away.
You think he gives bats away when he's doing that?
Yeah, when he's doing that, it's like, you see his swing like you don't have a chance. All of a sudden, next pitch, boom. It's just like, oh, home run after that at bat is wasting so many at bats when it should be better, it will be better, it can be better because to me, experience, you're going to get it.
And he needs to experience. I should say, he needs experience. He's getting the experience right now.
He's going to get better because he had to learn for that. And the hitting coach should tell him that, look at this. Look at what you did here. Look at what you did here. Every time his swing go bananas, he ain't got a chance.
Well, Drew Romo is getting his chance with the White Sox. He had played only 21 games in the major leagues. He was called up last week. He was looking for his first hit with the White Sox. He had never homered in the major leagues. What were the chances that his first hit and first home run would be off this guy who is like the greatest April pitcher in the history of the game? Well, our Prevagen memorable moment, bottom of the fourth. This is an 0-2 count to Drew Romo from the left side. Bam! A 2-run homer, and the White Sox take a 3-1 lead. Soriano had gone 156 batters without allowing a hit with runners on base. The longest start to a season since 1920, and then he does this.
You know what? Romo go, when he sees himself in the lineup, he go, Will, are you kidding me? You gonna play me against the best pitcher of the game? But this is fun. This is why baseball is so good, man. So excited. So great for everybody around. Everybody should be excited. I know we're excited, but the home run is okay. When he did it against who he did it, it's very special.
All right, so Romo's next at bat against Angels reliever Brent Suter. This from the right side of the plate. Are you bleeping me? Another home run from Romo. The last White Sox player to homer from both sides of the plate in the same game was Leury Garcia in 2020. But for him to do this, his first major league hits with the White Sox, his first major league home runs, period, are in the same game from opposite sides of the plate. Like your head wants to explode when you put that together.
I have to say something.
What do you got to say?
When you see those kids,
so
emotional, so happy for him.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, we can see people like, all right, good job.
There was a little bit of that.
No, they're not going to tell me. I watch.
Yeah.
Like, and all of a sudden you see this dugout all together, excited about him.
Yes.
I was excited because they take the lead, but I think they was more excited to him personal than anything else. And that's why you start thinking about how this ball club is going to get together little by little.
Yeah.
They get together and they get tight. And that's something I love to see what they do.
All right, so how was Drew Romo able to do this? Maybe it was Drew Romo. It was Drew Romo. But maybe, just maybe, it was also Mike Vassal's magic wand. What am I talking about? Jordan Leisure bought him one. Mike used it last night. He put a spell on the Angels. I believe in this. And tonight, I think he used it on Romo. There is Mike Vassal. He's got the magic wand. He actually hits Romo in the butt after he hits the first home run. Here he is. Second time. Here's second home run. There's the wand. That's Mike Vassal's magic wand. Maybe there's magic in the air with the White Sox and the wand. And we are watching something special happen.
I tell you what,
Look at
Mike Vassal, man, too bad he's not on the field, but man, it means a lot to those kids. Look at this thing. Look at the way they enjoy it. Look at this. You know what's funny? When you lose that many games in the past, all of a sudden you think you're having success.
Yes.
You see everything go the right way. It's just something you really have to enjoy this type of moments.
Yeah. So props to Jordan Leisure for buying the magic wand. I was talking to Mike Vassal about it before the game. He had it in his locker, and there it was. I don't know if he had it for Colson Montgomery's home run, but there was magic in the air thanks to them with the magic wand.
Can I say something stupid like always?
Yes, please.
I hope they do it to Leisure. They use it to Leisure.
He did give up a line, but then he was fine after that.
I just play around.
I know.
If you want to take it serious, good for you.
Yeah,
I just play around.
We are having fun here. In the end, it is baseball. And then, you know what? If you're going to have fun with Jordan Leisure, I'm having fun with you. How about this tweet from Sox fan Mitch Robinson, who had this to say: "Please tell Ozzie we've decided to retire Drew Romo's number instead of his this summer."
I tell you what, that thing is going to make me happy sitting here, because you know how many times we upset, sad, confused, sitting talking about them. Now, yes, I will take that. Why? Because I'm excited. I love it. By the way, Romo, you had a few years to come with that, but that's a great idea, Mitch. Great idea, buddy.
I love it, Mitch. So Drew Romo's number will be retired instead of Ozzie Guillen. Someone should tell the White Sox about this. We've made the decision here on the show. Let's hear more from Drew Romo. He is with Brooke Fletcher.
Drew, your first two big league hits this season were back-to-back homers from each side of the plate. Just what does the emotions feel like after a night like this?
Crazy. I mean, maybe the best day of my life. Just everything it's taken to get to this point. It's been insane. So many ups and downs. Baseball's so tough. All the people behind me, my fiance, my family, friends, coaches, teammates, most importantly, God. I mean, so grateful and appreciative. Amazing day, amazing blessing.
Your first homer was off one of the hottest starters in baseball right now. Take me through that at-bat and what your mindset was in that moment.
Yeah, coaches did a great job. I mean, this environment's been great. They've been preparing me. They've been helping me develop and grow. I mean, I felt so prepared going into that at-bat, and I got my pitch, and I didn't miss.
You had Davis Martin on the mound tonight. Just what did you see from him?
He was great. We were in a great rhythm. It was fun catching him, and I'm excited to catch him some more.
What impressed you most from him on the mound?
A lot of conviction, a lot of confidence. He's got a great plan, a very smart guy on the mound. It was good.
You told me in Charlotte that you were watching this team. What does it mean to join in on this fun and also impact as quickly as you did?
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, we want to win games. That's most important. Winning's number one. We want to make it to the playoffs. We want to win a World Series. And so day by day, every day, one day at a time.
Drew, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Love that quote from Drew Romo when he goes, maybe the best day of my life. I mean, everybody who gets to the major leagues, especially when they've just kind of gotten here, this was not his debut. He was with the Rockies for a little bit, but there is a journey, what it takes to get here, what it takes to stay here. And when they do something like that, they have a game like that, all the blood, sweat, and tears it took to get to this point, it means more than you know, and you know all about it. You've seen it. You've experienced it yourself.
You know, that's what I say. I was a very lucky man in baseball because everything for me was not easy, but easier than other people. It remind me little this day?
Yeah.
Zavala.
Oh, I cannot believe you just said that. So I have it I have it right here.
Really?
Yes.
Zavala.
No.
Because those two guys went through a lot to get to the big league.
Yes.
Have the type of game, win the game for the White Sox.
Yes.
That's very special.
I had it right here. Romo is the first White Sox player with his first 2 career home runs in the same game since Sebi Zavala, who hit 3 in the same game. It was your pick to click that day.
Hey, but it's funny because you can do it against anybody, but when you do it against Soriano, it's like when you go to a play for first time in your career, you go to face back in the day the Clement, the big unit, all those guys like wow. Then you have those type of the game against those number 1 guys.
Yeah.
Happiness.
That is good stuff. Let's talk pitching from, well, actually both sides of the dugouts. Liberty Mutual Insurance pitching recap. Jose Soriano, we talked a lot about him. He gave up 3 runs in 5 innings, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 97 pitches. His ERA is still under 1. It's at 0.84, still best in the big leagues. Davis Martin gives up 1 earned run in 5 2/3 innings, 7 strikeouts. His ERA is now at 1.95, tied for the 7th best in the major leagues. He is today's difference maker, brought to you by St. Xavier University. There's so many things I loved about what Davis Martin is doing. The best thing to me is he keeps doing it, right? You're like, well, is he going to keep doing it? I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to, but like the fact that he keeps going out there and repeats time and time again, great outing after great outing, shows me that this is a new and improved and a sustainable Davis Martin.
Well, it's a funny thing about it because he prepared himself mentally to do this. He want to be the best he can be every day. Big fan of him. Huge before this game. Huge fan of him because why? He go out and compete. No matter who he's going to face, who he's going to pitch against, what team going to pitch, you're going to see the same attitude of this kid day in and day out. That's what I love the most about him.
Yeah, he's pitching with so much confidence in himself and all of his pitches, and he says, like, here it is, see if you can hit it. And so far, they barely can. And he is in the locker room talking about this White Sox win, another win for Martin. Here we go.
What's it like to continue to have the progress you're having, on the mound?
Yeah, feels good. I mean, I think the biggest thing is just the offense. I mean, you talk about what they did against probably the best arm in the league right now. That's all you can ask for is get that kind of run support. So when they go out there and do stuff like that, I mean, it really dials you in and make sure you do your job.
What was your reaction to 2 homers from Drew and from each side of the plate? I think he's the first catcher in White Sox history to ever do that.
Yeah, me and Bove and I were just grabbing each other, like shaking each other, like just super excited. Everybody was super pumped. And, again, it's kind of clubhouse we have where everybody's super excited for each other and everybody wants to see each other succeed. And at the end of the day, if that leads to wins, it's even better. So
he's come up in some pretty big moments at the plate and defensively. Just how impressed have you been with just how he's gotten up to speed with everything?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's his work ethic. I think, I talked to Sho and he's sitting there going, Drew was in the traject all day, facing those 2 guys all day. And to see him come up and see the work instantly pay off like that, it's phenomenal. And pre-pitch meeting with him was great, really detailed. You can tell that he put time and effort into what he was doing, and kind of gives you the confidence as a starter, knowing that your catcher back there has done everything he can to be ready to go for the game.
Would you like to get a win like this, especially after yesterday being such a long, difficult day?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, I think, you just capitalize on that late inning last night. You just want to continue that momentum into the day and continue to rock and roll. And, we did a really good job. Played really good baseball today. We capitalized when we needed to capitalize and made really good plays when we needed to make plays.
I know you're focused on yourself, but did you watch Soriano at all throw out there and what he's like? I mean, you've had a tremendous start, and that dude has given up 1 run in 37 2/3 innings coming into this game, which is kind of ridiculous. Right?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, like you're working on yourself. You're making sure that you're doing what you need to do to be ready for the game. But I think you'd be lying if it's you know who's across from you on the mound. So knew I had to be somewhat perfect. But when your offense, like I said, when your offense goes and gives you that kind of cushion in that situation, you want to reward them for that. So. All the credit goes to the offense, and that kind of like loosened me up to be able to just go out there and pitch my game.
The spin on your breaking stuff seems to be as good as ever. How would you describe it in, where it's at, especially with the slider right now?
Yeah, it's just really confident in it. We talked about it in spring training, just having the ability to have a full off season with your arsenal and not having to tweak. And I think this time last year we were trying to overhaul a slider and try to make adjustments in season in the major leagues is about the hardest thing you can do. So to have something that you're confident in going into the season, is great. You know, pitching works this offseason. We really refined it and got it to a good spot. So, just go out there and execute.
Your pitch count was going up, but you were able to go out. Will had you go out? How does it mean? What does it mean to you have your manager trust you to do that?
It's everything, right? I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to be dependable. You want to be relied on. You want to be the rock. And so, him and I had a candid conversation, and that trust kind of builds up throughout the years. And so, just continue to do my job and be honest with him and where I'm at, and go from there.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
David.
The White Sox starting pitching. I mean, they are getting some really good starting pitching. That's kept them in so many games.
But it's a funny thing about it, people, was that to me, that's a surprise of the White Sox. Maybe a big league level. The starting pitcher throwing the way they are throwing right now. And like I say, I feel for these kids. I feel for these kids very well. Even last year, when I saw him to throw the first pitch, I like the way he's conducting himself on the mound. And to me, that's very important. He's not scared. You got to beat him with the best stuff he have. Even when you have a good stuff, because we've seen him, he compete, he fight. That's the only thing you can ask to any player. Compete and fight when you not have the best stuff.
In the meantime, Yoan Moncada, former White Sox infielder, as we know, he pinched hit last night. Tonight he got the start. Sox fans said hello to him tonight. Here's how it sounded. Listen, the Yoan Moncada era did not end or even go like many Sox fans had in mind. He did strike out here tonight, went 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. Your thoughts on Moncada and where he is right now?
It's not his fault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, but Rick hungry the money, what he got into this, and he got hurt a couple of times. I cannot say the White Sox fans should do that. They're allowed to do anything about it. But, you know how I feel about him.
Yep.
And I feel very well about him, and I think they boo him, he earned it. Mm-hmm. He earned it. That's part of the game. He earned it, and that's what I wish him the best. When he leaves Chicago, the best, brother. Love you, and you know that. Okay, but I think it's a lot of misunderstanding the point. You know, because if you pay a lot of money.
Yes.
You don't say, Rick, give me the money now, but
I don't think it's about the money.
It was her.
Well, yeah,
it was
there was.
Can I tell you something about it?
Sure.
I think so. My opinion.
Yeah.
He grew up with the wrong freaking people.
He grew up with the wrong people.
Wrong people, freaking people.
You mean in baseball or in
baseball?
Life?
No, baseball. He grew up with the wrong people. You know, grew up with the guys like urgents. He grew up with
You mean the people that were around him?
Oh, God, I gotta say it, man. I gotta say, he grew up with a bunch of losers.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. They grew up with a bunch of losers because they not put him in the right spot to push him. Everybody was a loser. Yeah. Everybody was looking for what I should do to myself. I'm doing this and doing that, including because I know a lot of inside that clubhouse when all the stuff happened. Very bad. Very, very, a bunch of guys, they don't care. I'm not going to say they don't care about winning, but they're like, hey, we win. Now, it's okay with us.
Yeah. The desire to win, the we thing that you want on a winning team.
Hawk say WWTTTT.
Yeah, there was not a lot of TWTW.
No.
There was a will to make money. There was a will to pad my stats. I don't know. There was no will to win. There was no team.
Okay, that's believe me, I'm gonna say that because I was sitting there. I was sitting here next to you watching that stuff, and I know exactly what's going on, what went through it. That's why I see the difference.
Yeah.
With less talent. Less talent.
Yeah.
I see the difference between this ball club in the last couple of years and the one with the past with so much talent they have.
We heard a lot about talent, and unfortunately, they did win a division, but
mean nothing.
Then it just all went this way. All right, coming up, Clubhouse Reaction. We're going to hear from Will Venable on Drew Romo and the fashionista that is Miguel Vargas, who has some opinions about my clothes.
Look at who's talking. Okay, Lagerfeld.
I love Miguel. We had a lot of fun with this conversation at my expense, and I'm okay with it. We're going to show it to you coming up next.
You can pay a lot of money. Spend some money, will you?
Hey, Friday night, we are back for more TV mayhem. Up is down, down is up. Another edition of Late Night with Chuck and Ozzy. Our special guest, comedian Pat McGann. We love this man. The White Sox will be in San Diego. It'll be a San Diego edition of Late Night with Chuck and Ozzy. Stream it live on the CHSN app or watch it here on Chicago Sports Network. Full stream ahead. Sox win again. Here's Will Venable in tonight's game report, sponsored by the Illinois Lottery.
Will, was the Drew Romo power output a little surprising for you tonight?
Yeah, that was exciting. Obviously, some really good swings by Drew, and off a guy that was really hard to score off of. So really good job top to bottom from our lineup, grinding out at bats, and obviously special with the Drew homers.
Especially on 0-2 on the first one too, right?
Yeah. And it's the guy's the best pitcher on the planet right now, and put together some really good at bats. So.
And to do it from both sides of the plate.
Yeah, really cool. I mean, I don't know how many times that's happened to have your first two from each side of the plate in the same game, but special stuff.
You and Chris talked about it early in the week to bring him up because you thought he'd give you a little bit more offense from the position.
Yeah, he's been swinging well in AAA, and he's a total professional. You really trust him. Really immediately in spring training, being able to handle the pitching staff and build those relationships and game plan and do all that stuff. So, yeah, we trust the guy, and to get some of that offensive output was part of the calculus too.
What about with Davis?
Yeah, another great start by Davis. Effective in the zone. Again, just really efficient there. Gets into the sixth inning for us, and obviously gave us a chance to win the game.
What is the difference maker for him? Because we knew he was a good pitcher before, but it seems like he's been able to take it to another level this year.
Yeah, number one, he's throwing a lot of strikes. We talk about that, but the stuff is really good too. We see some really good sliders, good use of the cutter, and throwing 4-seam and 2-seam fastball. So really mixing it up well and continuing to pound the zone.
How did it crop up for Everson?
Yeah, just some right shoulder soreness. He continued to be evaluated in day-to-day.
Was it like a specific moment or just kind of something you started feeling?
I don't think it was acute. I think it's been something that's kind of, come in and out and been something that's bothered him here and there.
You mentioned a little bit, but just up and down on that. What did you like about the approaches that you guys had in this
Yeah, we stuck with the plan. I thought even in that first inning where he kind of blew through the lineup, the top of our lineup, they were good at bats. We saw that continue throughout the lineup where guys, were making good swing decisions. We wanted to, make sure that we didn't chase below the zone. Thought the guys did a good job, and we were able to put some balls in play.
Is there a little extra juice when you beat one of the best pitchers in baseball, like you guys did tonight?
I think so. You go out there with a plan, and you have a chance to execute that plan. And with a guy for us on the mound that's also pitched very well, so you come into the game, knowing you have to execute a lot of things, but to be able to go out and do it was special.
Davis was at 89 after 5. What was kind of how much does it kind of reflect the trust level with him to kind of send him back out there a little bit in the sixth?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, he's pitched deep in all of these games, and really at that point, because he's pitched so many deep games, you just want to check in and make sure that he's in a good spot to go back out there at that point, and he was, and obviously continued to pitch well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody else.
A memorable night, kind of a historic night with Drew Romo going deep twice, his first major league home runs. What a great night. You're looking dapper once again. Ozzy Guillen looking very good, very sharp.
Hey, wait a minute.
Very sharp.
Let you know.
What do you got?
This suit
was made in 1987.
Let you know what's going on here.
What do you got? Oh, there's your name.
2014.
2014.
What is 26?
26. What?
In 2014, this thing was very...
Oh, now we're in 2026.
That's 26. That's 12 years old.
Yeah, that's good. All right. So, my fashion sense, as I am talking about it here live on TV, I just try to, compliment you, stay in my lane, and let you be you.
We don't come here to, a beauty pageant.
No, it's not a beauty pageant. No, no, we're just looking professional.
Okay.
All right. So I sat down with Miguel Vargas today, and, I am a... I'm a John GQ sportscaster now. They've changed my name on my resume, John GQ. So you like what I'm wearing here? I just kind of keep it classy, right? Pretty good?
I believe so.
This looks pretty good.
By the way, if you got something funny, I'll be like,
yeah,
what's up with you?
Yeah,
I love you. I hope the show, the Sport Code, I love The one you love, the blue one with the...
Oh, yeah, I wore that. Yeah, we're going to see it in a second.
You wear it every day, but it's okay.
Yeah. I wear it like twice a year. So,
all right. Because you don't like it.
No, I do like it, but I don't like to wear it all the time.
Well, yeah, but no.
My flashiest sports coat, you like a lot.
Go. I'll let you know.
Okay, so I sat down with Miguel Vargas on the latest edition of the White Sox Talk podcast. Yeah, we talked a lot about baseball, but then we started talking about my clothes and my fashion sense, and Miguel let me have it. If I'm going to do anything with Miguel Vargas, I'm looking sharp.
Yeah, if you looking around the clubhouse and I'm not looking at you, you just go back to the mirror and you check your outfit and you be like, you know what, Miguel is not looking at me.
Yeah. If I'm noticing that you're not looking at me at all, I've really messed up my fashion game. I made a bad decision in the closet that day.
Yeah. Also, you make a lot of bad ones, but definitely not.
It's mostly bad ones?
No, not that.
You said a lot of bad ones.
Yeah, I give you like 50, 60% bad ones.
That's terrible.
It's like 80 from 162 games. You can, you got...
I know, but I need to be more consistent. That's not a good... I mean, talk about a batting average, right?
Yeah, 500.
So I'm batting 500
yeah,
then. That's not bad.
Hall of Fame.
I'm a Hall of Fame dresser.
Yeah.
Okay, it didn't sound good, but that means that I'm striking out a lot.
Yes.
So what? The suits or whatever I'm wearing that you don't like. What don't you like about it?
Most of the time it's the colors, the featuring of the colors.
The what?
The featuring of the colors, like
the featuring, or
like you got like black and yellow and red, and it's like
It's not matching.
Yeah, it's not matching.
What?
Yeah,
I match.
You have to be like blue match with yellow.
Yeah.
Red match with black.
What am I doing that is so bad? I gotta look this up. I gotta see what I'm doing. You know what? I might have to just check in with you when I just walk in the clubhouse and ask you, does this match?
You have a mirror at your house. You can.
I know. I've been using a mirror at my house. I leave the house thinking, hey, this is matching.
But when you left your house, you're like, this is not my best dress. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I always feel good, unfortunately.
Okay. That's all matters. If you're good, if you feel good, that's all matters.
All right, Miguel Vargas letting me have it. So, I mean, here's somewhere.
That's nice.
That's nice.
That's a one.
You like that one. That's your favorite of what I wear.
That's a nice. Let me tell you, that's a normal.
Yeah. Miguel, what are you talking about?
That's normal.
What's wrong with what I'm wearing? They don't match.
That's different.
That's a little different.
I love the one you wear right now.
Look at that. That's I got a little. I'm making the pop there with my pocket square. Here I am on the field. John GQ Sportscaster. I love it.
By the way, you picked the wrong guy to talk about clothes.
Yeah?
I don't think Miguel Vargas is the one or that Mr. Versace.
He's got a really good shoe game. And you know what's funny, Miguel? Since you're going to have fun with me, I'm going to have some fun with you because, I'm watching the game here today. And, Miguel, I see you on the field. And what's up with this? You're going to leave it? Your button unbuttoned on the field when you hit?
Besides that, Miguel, you got a White Sox in your head, in your chest, and around your chest. You mean like you love the White Sox, so do we. Cover it up.
Cover it up. Okay.
Cover it up. No, but it's funny. I don't think Miguel should be the right guy to talk about how you get dressed. I bet you Miguel Vargas, with all the money make, he got 2 sport coats and maybe 3 suits. 3.
I don't know. I'll ask him.
I will ask him.
Yes.
And he got no more than 7 ties.
Listen, I like that Miguel's got a sense of humor, and he's willing to have. You can always make fun of me. I think it's funny. I think it's funny. So props to you, Miguel.
No.
I got to dish out a little back.
I was going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I can make fun of you because I do. Now you're close. Because it sounds like you're close. Say, hey, Chuck, can you pick it up, please?
Yes. There are worse dressers around here than me.
Who's that?
There are worse dressers.
Oh, I can. You know to name it. Okay, I can
there
go.
Are many.
The list is like.
It's a long list.
Long list.
Yes. I'm speaking of many media members. We can't get into that, but I think I'm doing pretty good compared to other media members. I'm doing quite well. Coming up, one of the top prospects the White Sox have, Caleb Bonham. He did not hit 1 home run tonight. He did not hit 2 home runs tonight. The man hit 3 home runs tonight. We're going to show you all of that and why I'm going down for the count for Picks to Click, and I'll be punished live on TV.
I think the boys in minor league juice.
No, stop it. All right, Heat Check brought to you by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, Sewer, and Electric. Let's go to High A, Winston-Salem. Who's hot? This guy, Caleb Bonham, the White Sox third-ranked prospect. He had a career night. There is a home run opposite field. We haven't seen too many of those from him. And he's got another home run. This is against the Pirates High A team in Greensboro. So he's got 2 home runs. Do we have a third? How about in the 9th? His 8th, 9th, and 10th home runs of the season. He drove in 6 runs for the season. He has an OPS over 1,100. He's a young kid. He's like 20 years old. I don't think he's going to be in a High A for long, Ozzy.
Happiness. What a. Now I see kids playing in the minor leagues. It's unbelievable what they can do.
All right, tomorrow's starters, Sox and Angels wrap up the series. The Sox go for the sweep. Eric Fedde goes up against Yusei Kikuchi. Fedde received a no decision in his last appearance, giving up 3 runs, 1 earned in 5 2/3. 0-3 record, but, I mean, that's a 3.42 ERA. He could easily be 3-0.
He's been throwing very well. I think I really admire this kid. You know, he go out there and go by his best. I hear him talking. He's very positive. Feel great here in Chicago. I love it. He's been thrown very well for the White Sox since he's got here last year and this year. Very good.
Yeah, the key for him is just be on the White Sox and he'll be just fine. And so a great start for him, and he's going to go on the mound tomorrow as the White Sox try to sweep the Angels. All right, finally, Picks to Click. Entering tonight, I trailed Ozzy by 2 with 2 games to go here in the month of April. I needed to win both today and tomorrow, or else I will be punished for my losses here in the month of April. I have Tristan Peters. You have Everson Pereira. None of us got hits.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah. So I guess this is a tie. Goes to a draw. So what does this mean? It means I will be punished. And we will announce the punishment on Friday on the late night show, because that'll be May 1st. So we're going to have this like pinwheel that will randomly select one of these punishments that I am going to have to go through for all of you at my expense. Eat this, whatever that's going to be. There'll be either that or TV torture, walk of shame, let's get physical, dress up, here comes Southpaw, mystery punishment, dance to the music. You really don't want to do this, whatever that is. I could be humiliated by someone in the clubhouse. Fans could roast me, or I might have to do post-game karaoke. Ozzy, is this the greatest day of your life, knowing that I'm going to have to do one of these?
Not really. Okay, by the way, we need a sponsor. They're not a sponsor. Yeah. I ain't doing this. I'm going to go through that.
If you want to, I know.
The best thing we have, you know, we do a lot of great things. We do. Yeah. We clear, we talk to fans what it is. But the biggest argument, the biggest fight we have before the show and after the show is Pick to Click. Can we? Yeah. If we don't find somebody.
This is on our sales department. Or just if someone out there that wants to sponsor this segment, reach CHSN. The fact that it's not sponsored is shocking to us. I mean, this is great content. It's amazing content.
I tell you what, that's the most. That you want to see me upset? Is I lose. You want to see this man salty?
Salty's coming. All right. Oh, and so this was halfway to Halloween.
Oh, I think Anthony going to be. Anthony was late. Look at Anthony's late.
Look at that. That's
Who's that?
Scary.
He looked like what's it? When my kids take me all the time.
A haunted house.
He looked like a Target.
Target. That's frightening. All right. You know what? The White Sox, they're becoming a frightening ball club to the opposition. They win today. They won yesterday. They're going for the sweep tomorrow. Drew Romo, amazing. Colson Montgomery, amazing. Davis Martin, amazing. My picks to clock. Picks to clock. My English, terrible. My picks to click, even worse.
You know what? He hung around with Ozzy. The English is going to be worse and worse.
Guianese going down the tubes. Oh, where was I? I missed that. Davis Martin and company, they get a win. We'll see you tomorrow.